Hello, fellow star stuff. Hello, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm gonna be honest, I started a stream today and I had a mini panic attack because I was like, what if I said I was gonna stream on Thursday. What if it's not Thursday? I was like, what day is it today? So no worries, no worries. We're all good. We're all good. It is indeed Thursday, according to my watch. Which would never lie to me, right? Zero escape knowers, right? Right? Hello, Black Blue, welcome on in. Thank you so much for joining. What even is time? It's just a fictional construct. It is, truly. It really is. It really is. I don't believe in it. Said the space delivery girl of time and space. Okay. I don't believe in it. Yes, we are finally back with some more. Let me go over to game screen. With some more Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. Yes. Let me go ahead and I guess we can get into the game. I can continue from my last save. And then we can go from there. Takeshi nibbled away. I forget. It's always this song, isn't it? Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you have not been checking on my social media, on either like Twitter or Blue Sky, let me know how the sound is, by the way, because I feel like it's louder than it was before, but the game wants to disagree with me. So let me know if it's a little bit louder than usual. But yes, I posted my model reveal, my live 2D model reveal. So that is gonna be out. Currently we're doing really well, actually. I decided to combine likes and retweets from both Blue Sky and Twitter, just because I am aware that I have a little bit of a smaller audience here, but there's a lot of people that have been really supportive about it, which is really nice to see. Really nice to see. So I'm actually behind one. I'm behind by one, so after this stream I have to go post another video. I think you get up to the thighs, I think. I think with that video. Let me check. Be like up to maybe the hips or something like that. But yes, slowly surely making our way up to seeing the full model, which I am incredibly excited about. So sounds the same to me. All right, cool. Good. It sounds so loud on my end. I can just turn this down so I'm not shouting at all times. Yes, also the model looks fire, the silhouette at least. Yeah, I'm really excited. This model, for lack of a better way of describing it, it's been sitting in a drawer for like, I don't know, months now. Since I think like December, January. So there's been other things in the background kind of in the works and things like that. So I'm just finally like really happy to finally get to reveal it and show it off. It looks really adorable. I've wanted to share it with the world for the longest time, and finally it's going to happen. Finally. So if anyone is like watching this now or in the future, please feel free to like, reshare, anything like that. And yeah, let's just get the number up and show off the full model. So as for the debut day itself, it will be done before June 1st. It will be done before June 1st. I think I have a day in mind. I don't want to commit to anything quite yet, but I think I have a specific day in mind on when that's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna try and aim for that date and take it from there. But it's a long time coming. I think we're at the point now where it's just like, yeah, I wanna celebrate this achievement, this milestone. So I'm putting my all into doing that for the next 2 weeks. As a result, I have a little bit of a migraine today, and I'm living off of Advil. So I will sleep well after this at the very least. But right now I'm kind of doing like a few different things at once. So how come you had to sit on it? I had to move. So originally I had the model and then I had to move, and then there was another project. There was a different project that came up that I thought would have no connection to the debut stream, and then I thought, what if I just tie them both together? So that's what that's a part of. So two different projects essentially are kind of being in the works for a little while. Also, hello Cadentia, welcome on in. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it's been definitely a trip, definitely a journey. But I will see if I can read words today and get through the story, because I genuinely want to know what is happening. I can't... If the game genuinely says, yeah, did you know that Tsugumi and Sora were the same person, or they were two different people, I don't know, like switching outfits, did you know that? I want to know how. How? Explain that to me, because that's not making sense to me right now. I think that would be crazy, but I don't know if that's what the game is suggesting, if that's what the game wants me to think right now, and is gonna pull like a switcheroo or something like that. But it's been really interesting so far. So how did you know I was Kadensha? I'm on the wrong account. How did I know? Well, you know, it seems like you're very similar names. You're right. How did I know? Welcome on in, you very new person. We've never seen you before in our lives. Welcome on in. My name is Courie Cosmos. I'm the delivery girl of the universe. Welcome on in. Yes, I will. Anything else I need to say? I don't think so. Let's just go ahead and see where this story goes. I don't know if we're any close to actually finishing Tsugumi's route today. I would imagine so. I guess it just depends on how long I can actually read for. So several hours went by. In the end, I hung around in Limu by myself and just killed some time. I didn't see Tsugumi during that time. I decided to have an early dinner. Yu, Coco, and the kid had finished their meals and moved to the rest area, where they were relaxing and letting their food digest. Okay then. I had almost finished tidying up the kiosk. I pulled out the object I had secretly hidden behind the warmer. Actually, there had been one sausage left at the back of the refrigerator. Gosh darn it, Takeshi. There were no hot dog buns, so I stuffed the sausage into a bread roll. I slapped on some ketchup and mustard and took a big bite. This is so good. My mouth filled with the juicy flavor as I bit down. Me too. Fried tuna sandwiches were good, but not for every meal every single day. This is why this is a it's a highly talked about topic apparently on the Tomodachi Life Island. Apparently, between Takeshi and Kid and Sara, they're all talking about it. I hid in the back of the kiosk and devoured the sausage. Oh god. Hi, small child jump scare.
Oh, Takepyeon, there you are.
Surprised by Coco's voice, I choked on a piece of sausage. Coco appeared right in front of me.
Takepyeon, are you alright?
Blinking and struggling, I finally managed to swallow the chunk of meat. I swallowed the rest of the sausage in one bite to remove the evidence. I struggled to control my breathing. Coco.
What?
Not a word about what you just saw, okay? I will freaking kill you.
Okay, sure, I guess. This is not your escape, but whatever. Takepyeon, didn't you eat your sandwich before? Oh, I see. You were saving it to eat later.
Yeah, that's it.
That was all. Oh, good. I was worried about you. I thought you lost your appetite.
No, I'm fine. I ate. I scratched my head. Sorry, Coco. I was selfishly eating a sausage all by myself. Please forgive me. Inside, I apologized silently to her.
Oh, that reminds me. Takepyeon, I talked with Sora-san. And guess what? Sora-san said that she spoke to Tsugumi.
How convenient that, you know, they seem to be in such close communication with each other, huh? Don't you think so?
What are you talking about?
Shut up. Don't worry about it. Oh, really? Surprised, I blinked. She spoke to Tsugumi.
Yeah, she went back to the infirmary.
Really?
And when Tsugumi ran into Sora-san in the infirmary, she apologized for going all crazy and smashing stuff. She even cleaned up the mess.
Apologized? Tsugumi?
Yep, that's what I heard.
I was surprised. No, I was really surprised. What else? Did you hear anything else?
Anything else? Well... Sora-san said Tsugumi was asking questions and stuff.
Asking questions?
Yeah, she asked her a really silly question.
A strange question? What'd she ask? Huh, this is weird, the way that they're setting up to this. Is it like... Am I off the mark here? I wonder if it's not actually them that's switching places. Maybe it's like her and Sara or something. Sara back from the dead, you know? Maybe she's like switching places with her. That makes no sense to me because they're not even the same height. They're nowhere near the same height. So there's no freaking way. It's Tsugumi and her twin sister Tsumugi. Did you know? Did you know that she's just been here the entire time in the walls? Just because, you know, she didn't feel... She was very shy. She didn't want to show her face.
What was it? Oh yeah. She said, "What do you know about my past?" Or something like that.
And...
Sora-san said she didn't know a thing. I guess Tsugumi was satisfied.
So she thought that Sora, for whatever reason, would know about her past. I mean, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world to think, right? Under captivity by this giant evil corporation, and like this is the AI feature that they have, who's overseeing the entire facility, is like, you must know like a thing or two. And Sora was like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I guess you're just gonna have to take my word for that. Is that it?
Yup, that's it.
Oh.
Come to think of it, that is kind of a silly question.
Yes, it was very weird. Coco, where's Tsugumi now? I said that, trying to restrain my sense of urgency.
I think she's still in the infirmary. She went to bed. At least that's what Sora-san said.
Bed? She went back to the infirmary and went to bed?
Yeah, I think.
Are you sure? Is that where she is now?
Probably.
Probably. Alright then, I think I'll go check on her. What is it? What, Coco? Is there something on my face? for the first time, Coco was staring at me. She laughed quietly.
You like Tsugumi, don't you?
Huh? No, I don't, Baka. Shut up. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way.
Really? I wonder. It seems to me like it's written all over your face.
Huh? Flustered, I rubbed at my face. Nothing came off my hands. At least nobody was writing on my face again. Coco, watching me, made a smile as bright as the sun. Sora seems to know a lot, or at least she should know a lot, but she actually knows a lot less than I expected. I would be very shocked if we get to the end of this game, like genuinely shocked if we got to the end of this game and Sora knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because I think from the guide, right, the final route that you're recommended to do is Coco's route. And I mean, Coco, you know, gives very like demon lord energy, you know? Like she's facing directly into the camera. She's always staring at you, the player. I feel like it's understandable that maybe she knows a little bit more that she's letting on, rather, right? But as for Sora, I would just be shocked if we got to her route and it was like, yeah, I just don't know anything. Like, I don't even know why we're here. I don't even know what I'm doing, honestly. It feels insane to me. I left Coco and went to the second floor infirmary. I hope she's resting properly. Hey, Tsugumi, can I come in? I spoke into the intercom and opened the door. The infirmary was quiet again, 7:01 p.m. All the smashed equipment had been tidied up. Sure enough, back here in this this one sprite, they love showing this sprite. Tsugumi was there. Oh, you really are in bed. I don't believe it. Perhaps sensing my presence, Tsugumi opened her eyes. What? Could you keep it down? Her voice was normal. Am I not supposed to be here or something? No, not at all. I was just surprised, that's all. Surprised? Yeah, surprised. You came back. Yeah, well, I had nowhere to come back from that sector. There was nowhere to go. If it really was just her just now, like maybe she's faking the injury because she wants to... So she's faking the injury, she's going around doing certain things. I don't know if it's like what I said last time where it's like, hey, there's nothing for me out there, I'm just gonna blow up the entire place or something like that. Or if it really is like she's trying to investigate, being her own detective behind the scenes, essentially. but she wants to put on the front that she's essentially like, yeah, I'm in bed. I've been in bed the whole time. There was somebody who did that in Virtue's Last Reward as well. I can't remember who. I don't remember the circumstances, but my brain is telling me that this has been done before, and that's why I'm bringing it up. Hey, that's not what I... no, never mind. Anyway, I'm glad you're back. Glad? Yeah, glad. Relieved? Oh, really? Tsugumi looked at me intently. As she spoke, she lay back down and slowly closed her eyes. Keep your voice down, okay? My head hurts a little. Noise makes it worse. I'm right there with you, girl. I'm right there with you, girl. Oh, yeah? Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, you hungry? You want me to make you a sandwich? Yes, please. Okay, I'll go get you one. Wait right here. I'll be back soon, okay? So don't move. I tried not to make any noise as I left. I know Takeshi is like a hee-hee, like haha protagonist, in the way that it's like, Takeshi, what are you doing, my man? But like, at the same time, him saying that right now, maybe it's just him being like, oh, well, it could be read as like, hey, don't stress yourself. But I think it's also like in the back of his mind, Takeshi is like, I saw you limping on the wrong foot and I'm a little confused about that. And I don't know if you can get up or not, but just don't move, all right? Whatever it is that you're doing, just stop it, all right? I think it's more so, at least to me, it's more so read with that intention in mind of like, he's thinking, he's pondering, like, what could that, why could that, you know? Essentially. Do you mean what's his name who pretended to be asleep? Yeah. Okay, I remember him now. Yeah. Suit guy. The suit. The dude in the suit. I freaking remember that. That was insane. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the reason why it stuck with me deep in the recesses of my mind is because it was like, that was crazy. Why did he do that? I mean, I get it now, but it's like, why did he do that, man? That's crazy. As soon as I got out of the infirmary and sprinted to the... As soon as I got out of the infirmary, I sprinted to the 3rd floor. The kiosk had been cleaned up, and I turned the fryer back on and heated up the tuna. I hurried, but worked carefully. I heated the bread and browned it slightly. I spread it on a special sauce and chose the best piece of lettuce. Hurriedly wrapping the hot sandwich, I left the kiosk. You are in love, my guy. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Okay. I sprinted back to the infirmary. I'd been away for less than 10 minutes. She was probably sick of waiting. I punched the open button until the door opened. Sorry it took so long. I called out softly as I approached the quiet bed. I took more trouble with it than usual. It's a masterpiece. Eat it before it gets cold. Huh? Maybe she was asleep. I approached the bed, but there was no answer. Hey, Tsugumi, why would she get up and leave? Like, you know I'm gonna come back and find you. Why would you do that? Tsugumi, here's your food. A delicious hot sandwich. Get it? A delicious sandwich. Get it while it's hot. I called softly, but there was no response. Tsugumi! I tried yelling. I said, here's your food! Are you gonna eat it? Say something. Grab. I pulled back the blanket on the bed. But she had it bunched up and it was like, he was like, yeah, that must be her. I don't know what else to believe. There's nothing. I know it's just for the sake of reusing this one CG, but I like to imagine that she didn't even put up like any extra pillows or anything. He just genuinely thought it was her and was like, huh, that's weird. I don't see Tsugumi anymore though. Okay, you don't have to pretend you care, Black Blue. You just type out a heartfelt message and she just replies with K. Oh man. Yeah, overall, actually, I think K overall is one of the more interesting characters in Virtue's Last Reward, I would say. Overall, if you look at it from intentions wise and like the grander narrative scope of the story, it's very interesting how he acts versus times when he doesn't act the way that he would usually act, I would say. Tsugumi wasn't there. The bed was still slightly warm. She's gone! I told her not to move! I let out a deep sigh. I held my head in my hands. I resisted the urge to throw a sandwich against the wall. Where on earth did that stupid girl run off to? Without thinking, I stamped my foot. Crunch. I felt something hard under my shoe. Huh? I lifted my foot and looked down. Whatever I had stepped on was pulverized under my feet. The small pieces smelled faintly. I bent down and spread them out on my hand. Looks like nuts. Glancing under the bed, I found a rolled up sheet stuffed underneath, rather. Don't tell me like she's been... What has she been doing? Has she been like going to feed an animal? Is that the thing in the... literally, quite literally, a rat in the walls. I thought it was more like, you know, like a character on Mastermind, but like quite literally, she's been feeding a rat in the walls because she thought it was cute. Surely not. I pulled it out. I found a bag which had probably contained nuts and an empty box. They looked like souvenirs bought at some shop. Were these here when we searched the place? Had Tsugumi smuggled them in? Was she eating them in secret? No, that explanation didn't quite feel right. I thought the nuts were crushed because I had stepped on them, but there was also a large amount of powder under the bed. Someone had deliberately crushed the nuts. I pulled a box from out under the bed and glanced inside. A section of the lid was torn off. The box was filled with cotton and with a soft hollow in the center. It looked like the nest of some small animal. Oh, really? Who brought it to my attention? Who was it? Was it I can't remember if it was the game itself or like I read something online, probably not likely, or if it was somebody left a comment or said a chat message, but somebody talked about how Tsugumi is the bird in the cage, right? I think that was what was said at some point. Maybe. Once I thought about it, I remembered having seen a rat running out of the infirmary. Quite literally, the rat in the walls. So was Tsugumi keeping a rat in here? The evidence would seem to point to that. In that case, has she gone looking for a pet? But where exactly? Maybe I should ask Sora. I called for Sora from the infirmary terminal, but she didn't appear. Huh? Is it broken? I looked at the map of Limu on the monitor, but could detect no signs of life. Was there anywhere near that could operate the Limuth with a large terminal? Of course, the security office. If I went there, I'd probably learn something. I left the infirmary and turned left down a corridor. When I arrived at the security office, I opened the door and flew inside. There was somebody already there. Tsugumi was sitting in a chair in front of the console. She was engrossed in something and didn't notice me come in. Remember in Kids Root when we found Takeshi in here for whatever reason, and it was like he seemed really engrossed in something? What was that all about? What was he doing? She was doing something at the console. On the screen was a zoomed-in section of the map. A strange point of light was moving across the enlarged section of the map. The light indicated a sign of life. She hit the key. One portion of the screen changed, and the remote camera zoomed in on whatever was reacting. Was it me at least? Okay, I think maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe it was the game. I think the game said something about the bird, I don't know, something about her name and a bird or something like that. Actually, oh shit. I wonder if that was the newer version, the Steam version that I played, that actually said something about her name and not actually the version that I played on stream. Because that would be really awkward if that was the case. That would be really bad. I accidentally took some knowledge from a version of the game that is, for our purposes, not real at all. At all. Haunted Luna, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. Welcome on in, everyone. Hi, my name is Courie Cosmos. I am the delivery girl of the universe, the messenger of the multiverses, and mostly a girl playing mystery visual novels on the internet. Hi, welcome on in, everyone. Thank you so much for the follow, Moon Kid Serenity. That's a lovely name. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. So cute. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if Haunted Luna is still here, but if you are, what were you playing? What were you doing? I hope it was a good stream overall. Oh yeah, I see you. I see you there. Yeah, you are. I hope it was a good stream. What were you doing? I think I saw you. Maybe I guess. I don't remember actually. I did see that you were online, but I don't remember. Marvel Rivals. Yes, Rivals. Okay, now I know. I hope you got some wins. And if not, I hope I at least hope that the new characters are fun to play. Do you play any of the newer characters? I know Black Cat, right, just got released at the very least, so a lot of people have been talking about her. I don't know anything about Rivals, but you know, it through the grapevine, so to speak. So mystery visual novels are the peakest. They truly are. I agree. True. True. Not sure what you if that was what you meant, but Tsugumi does mean thrushbird. Okay, so a specific type of bird. I figured as much because I was like, I don't know a Tsugumi. I don't know what that is. So it's like it must be that then, a thrushbird specifically, and that's what all the other characters were talking about. Thank you. I appreciate the direct translation there though, because I was like, what? Somebody said something. Somebody said something at some point. I feel like I'm going crazy. Black Cat, we need we need less DPS characters. That's fair. That's fair. Well, otherwise, I hope all of your wishes come true, or you know, maybe it doesn't come true. And sorry that happened then. Sorry that happened. Hello. I hope everyone is having an amazing and wonderful day. Welcome on in, Kenneth. Welcome on in. Hello, everyone. The new season is tomorrow. I've been playing White Fox, and she's fun. Nice. I didn't know there was a new season tomorrow. Oh man, there's a lot of different events with Rivals, so it's hard to keep track of. But I just know about Black Cat, and that's about it. But yes, but if you have to raid and run, feel free to do so. Yeah, I'll just be here playing some games. I guess now is a good time to bring this up. I did have my live 2D model. My live 2D model is having a reveal, I guess, a reveal video thing of sorts. It's on Twitter and Blue Sky. If you would like to go check it out and share and support, feel free to do so. But you know, no pressure, no worries. So right now, I think we're up like halfway to, or we've done 2 or 3 goals so far. So hoping for a full model reveal and getting to show that off, because it's really cute and it's really lovely, and I wanna be able to show it to everyone. So Dino Devil is releasing tomorrow. The cutest little guy. Dino Devil is in the game. Good for him, to be honest. Good for him. I watched the newer Disney version of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, or what they call it. Was it just Dino Devil or just Devil Dinosaur? I don't recall. But that's where I would mostly know. That's where I would mostly know him from. That show was cute. That show was nice. Yes, new model reveal. Everyone must see. He's little in spirit. He is. He truly is. He's just the littlest little guy. I love him so much. I have a quick story to tell, but I got into a crash and broke 2 ribs in my left leg already. Had my surgery, but I need more rest, so I can't stay. Oh my gosh, Kenneth. Take care. Oh my gosh. That's insane. No worries. Take care. Take care. Yeah, I've never broken a bone or anything like that, but I imagine that you probably need a lot of rest. So feel free to dip if you need to. Yeah, I totally hear you. I totally understand. I hope recovery goes smoothly at the very least. So bye. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Kenneth. I appreciate you stopping by. Yes, I think, yeah. So I think with all of that, I think we can continue. We're currently over here. We're trying to see if a character is actually a character, or if she's pretending to be a character, or like, I don't even know if she's real anymore. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening in this game. A living creature was visible on the monitors. Oh, she might be taking care of like a squirrel, I guess. And she's been running around doing that. Or like quite literally a rat in the walls. Tsugumi breathed a sigh of relief. A rat. At the sound of my whisper, Tsugumi swung around. She blinked. It's a rat, isn't it? A gray rat was running along a pipe. She really was taking care of a rat. It really was just a rat in the wall. For reference, I've been using the phrase "rat in the walls" for both Ever 17 and 100 Line, because like I don't know what's happening, but something feels off about both of these games in very different ways, and we still have no confirmation on 100 Line. I might be completely off about that, but in Ever 17 at least, it literally is just a rat in the walls and not any sort of mastermind. Crazy, insane. All right, cool. The map showed at the isolated sector on the 3rd floor. Is that the rat you're looking for? Of course not. Tsugumi was obviously flustered. I looked under your bed and saw the box. There were nuts everywhere. She looked away. You just have to be so tsundere, don't you? You just have to do it. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Anyway, I wonder how that dirty rodent got in here. Dirty rodent? Tsugumi's voice was suddenly hysterical. This is coming from... I see what they're doing here. This is coming from the person who literally said, like, life is dirty, unclean. We should all just die. You know? Like, super edgy and emo. And literally, she's taking care of a rodent because, I don't know, she wants to? Because she thinks it's cute. So it's like, why would you do that then? Just a giant rat. Just a giant, huge rat. It's like a New York City rat, like the size of a small cat, and everyone was like, what the hell? What is that? What is that mutant rat thing? I was a little taken aback. To be honest, I didn't know that rats ate nuts. I mean, I shouldn't speak to anything I don't know about, to be fair. I don't think they do, though. I've never heard about this, and I think that Uchikoshi is lying to me, personally. Personally, everyone who has ever purchased this game, I think he specifically is lying to them. Probably not. But I think maybe they can eat it. It's just maybe not common food, at least in the West, for rodents. So, it's not a rat? It's a Jagurian hamster, I think. Really? So, that's what it's called. A Jagurian, huh? Pretty knowledgeable, Tsugumi. Everyone knows that's what they're called. Her chest puffed out slightly. If it's a hamster, I'm pretty sure hamsters or any sort of thing like that can eat nuts. I'm pretty sure. So that wouldn't be unusual. You never know, a single rat could save the entire universe of Marvel's Avengers reference. Fair, fair. They can eat nuts, but more like treats. I see, so more like a treat sort of thing. Like, Doggo, for me, like, she really loves bananas, but that's more of a treat thing for her. Is it a good idea to constantly be feeding your dog bananas? Probably not. But as a treat thing, yeah, that's fine. So it's probably in a very similar way then. I think she explicitly only denounced humanity. She could think of animals as sinless because they're like my sweet dog. I think that's what it is for her. I do remember she only denounced humanity. You are right, Kadensha. But it is very interesting still seeing somebody who hates humanity so much just be like, just hates it so much, thinks that everyone should die, just be like, yeah, and I think this hamster thing is really cute. This rat thing is really cute. So you were looking for that rat. No, I told you it's not a rat. Sorry, not rat, but hamster. You were looking for the hamster. Tsugumi seemed to nod her head, reluctantly. The movement was so small, I wasn't even sure if she had made it. Tsugumi looked back at the monitor. He probably traveled through some pipe. Pipe? The pipes with the electric cables or the power sockets. Oh, I see. Oh, there it is. There it is, the rat in the walls. Her finger traced the map. Nobody could walk to where the hamster was. The top right of the screen showed an area underwater. It seemed like there was one room still empty. It was even farther away than the isolated area on the 3rd floor. It wasn't very clear on the map, but there was one emergency corridor in the sector. I committed Limu's map to memory. Yeah, I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. I tried. I made a diagram. I don't have it with me right now. I won't be doing that. I tried my best. On a side note, now I think, now all I can think about is a fruit bat eating a banana. Fruit bats are, I mean, some bats can be very, very adorable, like very, very cute. You know what? I am giving Tsugumi like a little bit of shit, but like to be fair, animals are adorable. So who's to really complain? You know, who's to really complain about her stance? Jeez, I guess I'll have to. I grabbed a plastic bag from the trash can and headed for the exit. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think I'm going? I'm going to go get him. Who? The funny-looking hamster. There's no way you'll make it. There's a section underwater between here and there. And no human could fit through a pipe. I ignored her and left the security office. So curious what you're gonna do, my guy? So curious. Just brute force his way through the pipe? What are you gonna do? I began to walk toward the place I had in mind. Wait! Tsugumi caught up with me and grabbed my arm. What now? If I don't get going, Hammy is gonna move to another place. How do you plan to get in there? How else? Swim. Huh? Tsugumi's hand relaxed. Still in her grip, I kept moving. Tsugumi came with me. Wait! Are you out of your mind? I'm gonna go through with this. That's the reason why I think you're stupid. If you open those floodgates, you'll be overwhelmed by the seawaters. The pressure is 6 atmospheres. You don't have to worry about that. What is this diagram? What is this drawing? Okay. Hammy, who is here, and then Takashi and Tsugumi, who are here, and the lid, which is here, and the door, which is here, and the door, which is here, and seawater that is about 1 atmospheric pressure, which is here. Alright, cool. Why did we need a diagram for this? I get it. I think I understand. Hammy's in the area directly connected to the flooded emergency corridor. The water in that area is 1 atmosphere of pressure, so the flooded corridor should be about the same. That's Takashi speaking. Hello, it's me. Besides, the floodgates on either side of the corridor are firmly shut. That corridor is completely isolated from the outside seawater. The entrance on the other side is open. If I could use the flooded corridor beneath them, I could get into beneath the room, I can get into the next area. Why don't you go back and check the map? But how far do you think it is to get up to the area? 51 meters. I made sure to check it before. Yeah, but 51 meters is a long way. How did you check it before? Do we have the same conversation that we had with Kid? I'm going to assume so. Because Kid was the one that got where it was brought up like, hey, what would you do if you have to swim 51 meters? I'm going to assume that same conversation was brought up with Sora earlier. Yeah, but 51 meters is a long way. It'll be alright. Actually, I swam down and back in a 25-meter pool once. I kicked off the far wall coming back, but still. I mimed swimming as I spoke. Tsugumi's expression hardened. You are crazy. Are you trying to kill yourself? Tsugumi breathed in sharply. I'll be alright. It's alright, I won't die. I promise I'll come back. This seems insane to do, my guy, but okay. Whatever you want to do as an anime protagonist, whatever you want to do. I'm pretty sure you can't die as the protagonist, therefore it should be fine. Oh, on Twitch, Twitch on PC shows my correct name the whole time. On mobile, it literally shows a different name. No wonder you recognized me. What name are you seeing? Because I see Condensha 0. Oh, is it? Sorry, you must have a, I must be confusing your YouTube handle with your Twitch handle. So on Twitch, it's Cadensha 0, and then on YouTube, it's just Cadensha, I think. I believe. So, interesting. I don't use Twitch on mobile, so I wouldn't know. But that'd be pretty interesting. We can definitely see your name. It's like you're the same as always. So on mobile it was Karenzara, which I changed so you knew. Weird. Oh, okay. So it probably just hasn't taken into effect yet, completely, entirely. At least on PC though, it works just fine. We can see your name. So why are you doing this? Why are you doing this for one little hamster? What else can I do? We're all in this together. Shut up, I hate that song. No, you don't. You love that song. No, I hate it. They start arguing about High School Musical. Maybe you're not one of us, but any pet you have is one of us. In Japan, people with the same goal are called... He's doing the thing. In Japan, people with the same goal are called nakama. You're an idiot. That doesn't bother me. I'd rather be a cheerful idiot than some warped genius. We took A down to the 3rd floor. From there, we walked along the corridor to the isolated sector. I see, so that's why she came here earlier. It wasn't to blow the whole place up like I thought she was going to do. It wasn't that. She just came here looking for the hamster. Anyway, you may as well eat this. Imagine that Tsugumi, like, healed so quickly that she couldn't even remember which leg had gotten stabbed through. Like, she was trying to fake it, but she couldn't even remember which leg it was. So she started limping on the incorrect leg. That's insane. You must have incredible powers. Not this song, no. High School Musical was an unfortunate thing to happen to our generation. I was just an okay fan of High School Musical. I wasn't like anything like, wow, this is really my life, in the way that some other people have it, but I don't know. I feel like We're All in This Together has now become just a permanent vocal stim. It will never change, forever and ever. The fried tuna sandwich was still in my hand. I shoved it at Tsugumi. Here, before it gets cold. Tsugumi's face showed no reaction as she silently accepted the sandwich. Tsugumi slowly unwrapped the sandwich. She cautiously sniffed it. Tsugumi suddenly took a huge bite. She ate it fast. The sandwich disappeared before my eyes. How was it? Good, huh? She hates me. Back to being tsundere. She hates me. Tsugumi didn't reply, but balled up the sandwich wrapping paper and threw it back at me. But seeing how happily she ate, I didn't need words to know how she felt. I was pleased. 7:29 p.m. We arrived at the pipe room. We searched the floor and opened the hatch of the manhole that led to the emergency corridor. We peered inside. The tube of about 70 centimeters in diameter was stretched out below us. A simple ladder was fixed on one side of the tube. About 2 meters down, we could see the submerged emergency light shining. We could find no signs that the water was backflowing as we peered through the hatch. That meant that the water pressure inside the corridor was balanced against the pressure around us. I wonder if there was something I could do to guide me back up. Fortunately, there was a rope with a hook on it, which meant that which looked as if it was a lifeline for the maintenance crew. I decided to hold on to it when I went in. Again, insane. I would never do this. I would never ever do this. You know, your buddy knows where the food is. I would assume that he would just come back. I would assume that he would just come back and it's fine. Did I ever tell you I don't know, like a little while ago, I had to move a tortoise out of the road. It was just like in the middle of the road and I was like, I'm walking doggo and I was like, I need to move it. What happened was like, it was walking so slowly. It was just crossing the road and I was like, what is this, like, this thing is massive. I was like, what is this thing doing out here? What is it doing? And I saw it and I think Doggo saw it and started like going crazy because Doggo was like, what the hell is that? I've never seen that before. And then this thing just, I think it eventually saw Doggo and then just plopped down in the middle of the road and was like, I'm not moving until danger goes away. I'm not moving. In the middle of a busy road where people are like speeding and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh man. I eventually got it out of the road with the help of a neighbor. But that was certainly something. That was certainly something. High School Musical was an unfortunate... Oh, yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that love it or hate it, you know it and you know that song. True, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, that's the point. Whether you wanted to or not. Also, nobody remembers High School Musical 2 or 3. I remember seeing 3 in theaters. I don't remember High School Musical 3, though. You're right. You're right, I don't remember it. So, I just never saw 2 or 3. I don't know if I've watched all of them. Maybe I just saw 3. I can't remember. But it was racing the hair. It's okay, we'll get there eventually. I'm like, it really was just kind of like a racing the hair situation where it's just like, man, I see you're on your own pace, but you gotta get out of the road. If you don't know, tortoises, you should move them with a like a shovel or like a stick or anything like that, because they're old and they're grumpy. They're so old and grumpy. Like the way that this tortoise tried to like snap immediately after being touched, it was just like, no. Like tried to snap immediately. Crazy, wild. Anyway, checking that the rope was long enough, I firmly tied it to the pipe nearby. If I tied it to the hook where it came out, then it should be easy to return. All right then, let's hope I don't become a tortoise. I did some light stretching exercises to warm up. Just gotta move quickly. Wait! I should go instead. Tsugumi stared at me square in the face. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want to watch you pull this hypocritical stunt, that's all. I don't want to see you kill yourself because you believe this hypocrisy. There we go. I know how to say words. How could you say that? That's not such a nice thing to say. I laughed at her as I loosened my limbs and body. I'll be fine. You go back to the security office. What? I would at least ask her to wait here in case something went wrong, my guy. What are you doing? When I get through to the other side, you can tell me where Hammy is. We won't be able to locate him without Lemeth, will we? How convenient that Sora just disappears for all versions of the second half of the game. At least so far, the Sada route and this route. Again, I'm starting to think like maybe as time has gone on, maybe she doesn't have a clone. Maybe they're not like switching places with each other. I mean, to be fair, Sora did show up at one point. She did show up to be like, hey, did you know you two are siblings? Congrats. And then dipped. She just dipped for the entirety of the rest of the story. I don't know why or how, but she did. But it is... these are certain things that make me believe, like, yeah, she has to know something. Because, like, where could she be? What could she possibly be doing? That's so important, right? So unless someone who can operate Lemeth stays behind, it won't work. But, okay then, it's settled. I finished warming up and adjusted the voice converter in my ear. Sora had told me that the earphone was pressure resistant, but hadn't said anything about whether it was waterproof, which is probably going to be a very important thing, actually, my guy. Why would you do that? See you later. I ruffled Tsugumi's hair and started to climb down the ladder. My toes reached the bottom of the ladder. I let go of the ladder and leaped into the emergency corridor. Ah, it's cold! It was like swimming in ice water. The water there was much colder than the water higher up. I had greatly miscalculated. Yeah, my guy, that's what happens when you're just like, yeah, I'll just be a protagonist, I'll just be a Chad, I'll do this, this'll be fine. And that wasn't the only thing I'd miscalculated. The corridor was pitch black inside. I tried to use my PDA backlight. I could see that there were parallel walls on either side and that part of the corridor was straight. But that was all I could see. I knew nothing of what was beyond that. At that point, my PDA batteries had ran out very conveniently. Oh crap, I'm using this for a while. There was nothing for it but to grope my way forward. How far had I swum? How much farther did I need to go? I had no way of guessing. I didn't even know if I was swimming in the right direction. I just kept swimming in darkness. It was terrifying. As my breath got tighter, I could feel the fear spreading through my body. I might just die here. I will say, you know, starting to think that. As afraid as I was able to consider dying quite calmly. I was caught in the illusion that I was sinking farther and farther down. The darkness penetrated to my very core. The shadow of death crept through my whole body, eroding my every cell. I can't last much longer. Just as my fear, I see a light in the distance. Just as my fear reached its peak, I glimpsed a spot of light. The exit. Was it 10 meters or 20 maybe? I would love it if he went back. He just did a complete circle and went back the way that he came. And Tsugumi was still there like, hey buddy. It was like, oh, hey, hey. My distance my vision was cloudy, and I couldn't judge the distance. I was reaching my limit. No, I'd probably already exceeded it. The light was shining beyond the darkness. My body was screaming as my cramping fingers stretched out to the light. A little farther, just a little farther. The light was right. Whump. My hand grabbed the ladder. I wasted no time in fixing the rope onto the hook. I pulled myself upward. I scaled the ladder as quickly as I could and burst out into the corridor. I breathed deeply, in and out. I coughed and spat. It felt like I was going to cough the darkness right out of my lungs. But contrary to my expectations, what erupted from my mouth were the semi-liquid remains of my hot dog. Ew. Well, there goes that. You could have saved that for somebody else who would have actually needed it, but okay, buddy. Okay, my guy. Tsugumi having a clone is as unreasonable as Sigma having a clone while you're playing as him the whole time. Yeah, but is it? Is it? Because first of all, we play as Sigma the whole time, and Sigma still has strange and unusual circumstances surrounding him that we are not privy to. So like anything is possible, and also we don't like see Tsugumi 24/7. We don't have access to like what she's doing 24/7. It's not like there's, as far as I'm aware, it's not like there's any sort of Yuka cure route, essentially, right? So anything's possible. I don't think it's like outside of the realm of possibility. I just think that it's highly unlikely because how and why. The only person that she could match is Sora, and how one of them literally is not real. So that's my question. That's what my question would be. I was a little cold, but I shook my head to clear it and continued my search for Hammy. The floodgates on either side of the corridor were shut tight. There was only one other door. I went through. Hey, Hammy. Why would you call... Why... Takeshi, are you okay? It's the oxygen loss. It must be that. That probably wasn't its name, but never mind. It was better than yelling. Anyway. Takeshi, are you alright? I heard Tsugumi's voice come through the speakers somewhere in the room. I'm picking up your sound on the monitor. If you can hear me, answer. Okay, Tsugumi, I can hear you. What can you see? The room is pitch black. I can't see a thing. Either the lights are broken or there's not enough power. My trusty PDA is out of power. I should have brought some fireflies with me. Did you say something? Nothing. If you pick up on Hammy's location, let me know. Okay. Go straight ahead, about 3 meters. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Turn right, 40 degrees. 40 degrees? What kind of angle is that? Hey, you just turned left, not right. Are you sure? The other way? Are you sure you're okay? Look, it was just the wrong direction. I'm fine. Look, I'm facing the right direction now. Oh. Go straight ahead for another 4 meters. There's a step there. Be careful. What? How can I be careful in the dark? Ugh! What happened? Takeshi? Takeshi, are you alright? Hey, talk to me! Takeshi! Takeshi? It's alright. I'm alive. Could you let me know how high the steps are gonna be? I didn't realize I'd be smashing my knee against it. I'm sorry. Okay, go on. Is Hammy still here? He hasn't run away? He's still there. Okay, navigate me. How are we gonna get the hamster? Are we gonna also ask the hamster to hold its breath? It has tiny lungs? Or are we gonna go a different way? How are we planning to do this? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Alright. On I went like that. Alright, I've got you. I successfully trapped the hamster in a plastic bag. Okay, a plastic bag, sure. I'm on my way back. Wait for me in the pipe room. Alright. I went out into the light of the corridor and checked the hamster. Okay, he was quiet, but seemed healthy. I blew more air into the bag and tied the mouth of it shut. Tired as I was, could I get back the way I'd come? I hesitated, but unless I went back, it was all pointless. Wait, do you remember who Kay is? Now I'm wondering what your clone theory is derived from. My clone theory is derived from Never 7, to be honest. I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you mean there. I do remember who Kay is, but like, it's mostly derived from Never 7 and the fact that clones are real and do exist and just have been a thing. Just, they're a thing, they're around, they just happen. So I was like, if this is taking place in a general same universe, even though it must be probably years in the future, it's probably that, is what I'm thinking. Does he not know his left from his right? Apparently not. Apparently not. Riveting things that we learn about Takeshi. I followed the rope. If I follow the rope, I would be able to come back faster than I would be able to get back faster than I come. I tied the bag to my waist, took a deep breath, and jumped into the water. Ugh. Okay, P did it. We just skipped over it. It's fine. Everything's okay. I climbed up the pipe ladder and stuck my head out the hatch. I made it back safely to the area I had started from. So what I've learned from this is that I should do very dangerous things, and if I do that, then people will like me more. That's the lesson that I've learned from this. Thank you, Takashi. I've learned so much from you. Okay, I personally will never, personally will probably play Never 7, so I'm okay with that game being spoiled. Are you, like, not going to be playing it? Yeah, it was something that I Let's Played previously before this, so it was, it's just, like, I'm borrowing previous knowledge from that, essentially. One moment. I want to see... So I set a timer for the first time ever so that I would remember that ads are a thing that I have to run and have to play. And I'll be interested in hearing... If you guys can hear this in 5 seconds, can you guys hear the alarm or if it's just me? I think you guys could hear that. I think you guys could definitely hear that. Yeah. In that case... I do hear that? Yep, got it. Alright. Well, in that case... I didn't want to, like, interrupt stream, because it's, like, it's kind of awkward that way, but... this is good enough for now. This is good enough for now. Anyway, it's time for the first break of the stream. Let me go over to burp screen. I'm gonna go drink my tea during the break. Because my voice is dying. Alrighty. If you are here, stretch, get some water, all the good and wonderful stuff. I will be right back in 3 minutes. See you then. Alrighty, I am back. Let me go back to over here, and And back to game screen. And yeah, I do hear it. Also, welcome on in, Albert on YouTube. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining. If you're still here. I hope you've been doing well. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we really want to veer into that territory, Gadensha, even as even as a joke. Yeah, let's just be chill. Let's just be normal. Honey, I'm home. Tsugumi was waiting for me beside the hatch. Look what the cat dragged in. Me. Well, here I am. I'm back. Hi. Welcome back. I closed the hatch and stood up. I opened the plastic bag at my waist and took out the hamster. Yay! Happiness. Where the heck is the button? There it is. Yay! Mind you, Usada, we learned, like, literally blood-related sister, you know, trauma, backstory. What have we been doing this whole time? We've just... Tsugumi heals really quickly, and we saved a hamster. Yay! Also, I think she's right. I think this really is a hamster. It's not a rat. Okay, so hamster in the walls. Confirmed hamster in the walls. There we go. Tsugumi grabbed the hamster. Lovingly, she stroked its damp fur. Thank you. Yeah, I got you. You're trying to make the most awkward conversation possible. No, I get it, but like even as a joke, I think I'm pretty sure it's in the rules. If not, otherwise I have sorely miscalculated. I've sorely miscalculated. But just like no mention of politics, at least in the streams. In the Discord, it's fine as like a passing event. Yeah, work's been busy. I hope work has been well for you though. Otherwise, I hope it's been all right. Albert, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you the one who works mechanics stuff, like in mechanics? I think you were saying that in a different stream. Different things like that. So it's more like if I'm remembering the same person, that it's more like intensive work. You know, like you have to kind of put your whole body into it a little bit. Not like super full body intensive, but you know what I mean, right? So yeah, I can imagine. CNC mechanics. There we go. Yeah. I see. So more just like I get you. But I hope it's been fruitful. Otherwise, I hope it's been all right. Otherwise, that is one small hamster. It really is. It's very adorable, honestly. I see what she means now. Why she got so upset. She must love animals until that hamster shits in her hand. People who are who have like hamsters, or like they have different rodents and things like that, who are not bothered by droppings and stuff like that. That's really brave and incredible, honestly. Really brave and incredible. I've never had a hamster. I don't know if I would like one. But people who just live with rodents, different rodents, and it's like, yeah, it just happens, because obviously it does. Chinchillas, different things like that, you know? Where it just happens and you just live with it. It's fine. And I was like, wow, I can't imagine. I can't, obviously Zago will get to an age maybe where it's like, I have to take her out more frequently, but I can't imagine, just being like, yeah, it's just fine. It'll just be around. Thank you. Tsugumi whispered her gratitude without looking at me. What's his real name? I looked at the hamster. Now, don't laugh. Okay, I won't. You promise. I promise. His name's Chami. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Chami. Because he's charming. Girl! Okay, alright, fine. Chami. That's cute! What a good name! How cute. That's what I thought. I did my best to stifle my laughter, yeah. I imagine. Hey, you promised not to laugh. It's fine. It's a little cute. It's a little funny. It's a little goofy. Come on. Dawn. I'm not laughing. I tried to keep a straight face, but the corners of my mouth started to twitch. Chami. Charming Chami. Well, Chami-chan. Chami-chan. It's a it's a din din time. Also, I forgot to put this on repeat here. I've got 3 work areas in the building, but I get paid so well. Yeah, I can imagine for different trades of that nature. Not all of the trades, but most of the trades. I can imagine it's good work. It's good work, which is why you do it. Busy work though, I can imagine. So their droppings are all dry, right? It would make it easier to handle. It would, but you would just constantly be walking around with the knowledge of like, hopefully I got everything, but who's to say? Who's to say? I might have missed some, and I think to me that's kind of crazy to me. That would drive me insane. I think I couldn't have pets with short lifespans. I've heard that people who used to have cute rats as pets had to stop because it was too rough even after, it was too rough for every 2 years, their lifespan. Yeah, it's also that as well, where it's just like, I don't think, like, shorter lifespans, I think would kill me. You know? I think it would just kill me in general. So I agree there. I agree there, definitely. You're seeing the dairy in action. I'm definitely seeing it. This episode, I am definitely seeing it in full action. I could just imagine Tsugumi baby talking to it. Shami-chan, Shami-chan. That's why I didn't want to tell you. Sullen, Tsugumi was red-faced, but she held out the bath towel she had behind her back. Oh, thanks. I took the towel and wiped myself down. Phew. I breathed deeply, feeling reborn, and glanced at Tsugumi's profile. She was playing with the hamster in her hand, and her cheeks were bright. She looked so happy. It was the first time I'd ever seen her smile like she meant it. Aw. Dong. Where is Sora? Sorry, I did taking away from this beautiful scene. Every time that Sora was on screen, I was like, "Where is Tsugumi? This is her route." And now that Tsugumi's on the screen, I'm like, "Where is Sora? Why did she disappear forever, forever and ever? Why did she do that?" Darkness spread out before my eyes. Overall, though, that was a nice scene. It's very, again, just to bring it back, it's like it is very different from Sada in that way. Sada didn't have that. Sada had a lot of intrigue and then like got straight to the point, and this was definitely a little bit different. Without it, it spread, nothingness. Without limit, it spread, nothingness. The void was endless, and I was in the middle of it. There was nothing else for me to look at. I searched for light, but couldn't even see the movement of my body. There was nothing below my feet. Nothing held me up, so I fell. I fell. Deeper and deeper, I sank into the void. Farther and farther. No, that wasn't it. Rather, it seemed like the darkness was coming towards me. It approached me at a terrifying speed. What is happening right now? Am I fusing with Kid? Am I becoming one entity? What's happening? But there was no sound. Yet it was creeping closer and closer. And finally, it penetrated me. There was no way for me to shake it off. It seeped completely into me. It was strange, but there was no feeling to it. The blackness invaded and settled inside me. It overtook me, never to part again. I was becoming the darkness. Very Kingdom Hearts thing to say, my guy, but okay. The darkness was becoming me. My body becoming the darkness itself. The void was endless. It had no ceiling. Then there's the people who get breeding pairs and them after a few months there's dozens of rats. There are people like that as well, yeah. There are some people like I knew somebody in middle school who like accidentally just got like two male hamsters, didn't realize that there was male and female, and then, you know, suddenly you have 6 extra mouths to feed. You know, wasn't really expecting that. Oopsie daisy, oopsie doopsie. So that always sucks. But dude is tweaking out right now. He really is. What's going on, my guy? We were just having a very nice and happy scene. The void was endless. It had no ceiling. Nothing existed to cover it. It was an abyss. Everything was buried in the pitch black, and the dark of the night was crushing me. That was how everyone died. Okay, I was dying. I was dead. Death. 3:17 a.m. When I woke, my shirt was soaked with sweat, and what an awful way to start the day. To be honest, I pulled out my PDA to check the time. It read 3:18 a.m. I imagine. Okay, hold on. If I go to save now, does it say it? Takeshi until dawn. It's not even gonna say her name. It's not even gonna say her name. Okay, whatever. I'll save here. It read 3:18 a.m., but all drowsiness had left me. Attempting sleep again would have been a waste of time. I thought I'd only have another nightmare. Nearby, I could hear soft breathing. Coco and Pee-Pee were nestled together, comfortably asleep. Trying not to wake them, I opened the conference room door and sneaked out. Friday 5th, the day of all time. It's time. Okay, wait. Now... it's repeating twice. Oh no, it's because I'm overwriting it. Never mind. Hold on. Hold. It's the time of all time. It has to be. This is the time. Outside, the hallway seemed endless. For a moment, I had the illusion that it went on forever. Stop being stupid. Without hesitation, I stepped into the cold water, filling the hallway. I realized how oddly accustomed I'd grown to that spectacle, that strange situation, that daily routine. Being continually enclosed by walls. Walls that, in a matter of time, were doomed to come crashing down. Where will I be when it happens? I decided not to think about it too deeply. I want more of this in the game. This is the only thing. It's more of a preference thing. It's not an actual criticism. I just want more of the characters freaking out, to be honest. I think I just want more of that, to be honest. They're all very positive and very forward-looking, which is good for them. But I just want some more of, like, hey, we're all gonna die, and, like, I'm crying and freaking out. I had already decided not to think about things like that. Of course, maybe it wouldn't make sense for Takeshi overall, but just like the other characters in general. Climbing the emergency stairway, I headed towards Waiter's Stock. Reaching the infirmary, I pushed the button to open the door. She's not there. The bed was empty. The spilled nuts were gone. I wondered whether Tsugumi was one to clean them up or if it was someone else. Regardless, no one was in the room. Reaching out to the Lemeth terminal, I touched the screen. No reaction. The monitor lights were out. I walked toward the security office. I thought that maybe the terminal there would be online. Opening the door, I hesitated at the smell. As always, the room smelled like smoke. I tried the terminal. The screen read, "Periodic maintenance in progress." The message continued, "Lemeth full system periodic maintenance program in operation. Until completion, portions of Lemeth functions are inaccessible. Estimated completion time 6 a.m. Why is this relevant? Is this relevant? I mean, I imagine it's relevant because Sora is offline, essentially, during this time. But also, why is this relevant? Why is this relevant? While under maintenance, automatic control systems throughout the compound will be partially offline. However, facilities and attractions will operate normally. Note, since all sensors and recording systems operations will be checked during maintenance, function may be erratic. Therefore, it will not be possible to access data through the terminals. Warning, okay. Just give me a whole book, why don't you? Oh my gosh. Is this not in the employee handbook or like what? I want more I want more Danganronpa is how I understood it. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was rewatching Danganronpa 2x2 trailer and I was like, man, maybe I will stream it. I mean, I'm kind of excited for it. I am kind of interested in it, to be fair. Did I read this? Warning, this maintenance program should not be aborted except in cases of emergency. If aborted, there is a danger of making Lemeth system unstable. Okay, therefore, please refrain from accessing Lemeth until after maintenance completion. Thank you for your cooperation. Additional note, until the maintenance completes, I will be unavailable. Oh, okay, this is Sora speaking. Thank you. Everyone should be asleep at this time anyway, right? I informed everyone about this operation at dinner time, but in case you forgot what I said, I'm leaving this message. You, Takeshi, I know that you were out of it. I know you were having a crisis. That is all. Good night. Akane, Sora. There we go. Well, how about that? I suppose Sora forgot to tell me about it. Then again, maybe I just wasn't listening. I was probably busy eyeing that extra piece of sausage in the refrigerator, trying not to be seen by the others as I hid the sausage, and later cooked it up. I've been gloating over it until being caught, and then certainly not expecting to be throwing it up only half an hour later. Was I stupid or something? I mean, yeah. I was lucky it wasn't worse. Oddly enough, I hadn't felt hungry since then. Anyway, having no particular place to go, I found myself in front of an elevator. Push the button. Don't push the button. I would imagine push the button. Let me save. Okay, and I should have fixed the thing with the guide, but let me check here. Yeah, I think it's fixed. Okay. What day are we on? We're on Friday. Push button. If you push the button, you get +1 points with Tsugumi. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Push the button. With no clear reason in mind, I pushed the elevator call button. Click, click. All it did was make a noise. The elevator showed no sign of budging. But of course, all the elevators in that section of the compound had been shut down. Hi. Hearing a voice from behind me, I turned my head, and there was Tsugumi, standing quietly. Hey, what were you up to? There's no point in waiting around. That elevator's not coming. I didn't have an answer to give. Hey, what's the matter? Are you deaf? I couldn't help but laugh. Come on, what's going on? What's so funny? Tsugumi seemed slightly disturbed. It's nothing. No special reason. It's just, well, I thought your question was pointless. You doing that was pointless. Why were you doing it? Why were you doing it? Also, thank you so much for the hydrate, Black Blue. I will do so right now. Alrighty, thank you so much for the hydrate again. I appreciate it. At first, Tsugumi started to frown. But then she laughed back at me. You've started to catch on, haven't you? I suppose. I was just out for a little walk. What have you been doing? Nah, that's okay. You don't have to answer. I've been catching on to the... In that case, don't ask. To the fact that Tsugumi is leaving and going somewhere. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Turning her eyes away, Tsugumi frowned slightly. Looking at the floor rather, she seemed lost in thought. After a moment, she lifted her eyes and spoke. Say, Takashi, do you know what quail is? Quail? Quail? That's right, quail. I know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna guess for her sake that maybe saying I know is the correct choice, but I want to know. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's one of those choices that doesn't matter. Okay, cool. In that case, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Actually, I think I knew, but then I forgot. Right. Okay, I'll tell you. Quail is the jellyfish gondola attraction, and it's located just behind this elevator room. Whew, is that so? Were we ever privy to this? And then we both fell silent. Tsugumi started to giggle and gave me a hard look. We both knew what we were going to do next. With Tsugumi in the lead, we headed for the quail entrance. So, how do you make this thing work? Go figure. Go figure. Come on, tell me. It's already on, dummy. Just get in and it'll go. That's it? Look, I tried it out already, so I'm pretty sure. Well, if you say so. I think she meant catching on to her temperament, not to ask pointless questions. Okay, I was like, I feel like they're speaking like 2 levels above where I'm at. I'm like, what's happening? No, they mean like, see, I can do the same thing that you're doing. Okay, that sort of thing. That makes sense. Wait a second, you've already tried it? Well, yeah, I tested it. Tsugumi's face looked troubled, as if she'd been caught at something. You're saying you wrote it alone? Well, not exactly alone. Then who was with you? Chami? It's not exactly who I was with. You see, well, I was with Chami. You mean your hamster? Yeah. In other words, 1 adult and 1 critter. Yeah. You rode quail with Chami. Yes, don't make me repeat myself. Well then, how was it? Fun? Chemi fell asleep. I guess he was bored. But as for me, who cares? It's a meaningless question. Okay, so you did have fun. It would be really funny if if essentially what she was doing this whole time is she was just trying out the attractions, each and every attraction. I guess in a similar way to what Sara was doing, where it's like, people are gonna find me anyway. Like, once I get out of here, like, it's all over. So I might as well just have fun while I'm here. So she went on each and every attraction. I don't think she did that, but... Tsugumi hadn't said much, which was a lot more than usual. In other words, you were lonely, huh? If I was there, I could have cheered you up. What do you mean, cheered me up? Well, you know, you've been through a lot. I thought maybe the 2 of us together would... Yeah, right. But then, suddenly, Tsugumi's expression lost its tension. All of a sudden, she let out a laugh. Hey, what's going on with you? Did I say something stupid? No, not really. It's nothing important. It's just that I need to laugh. And then her expression hardened again. But after that, I thought... A slight smile still remained on her face. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. The lights! Together, we got inside the ride. Immediately after the hatch closed, the gondola began to move forward smoothly. It was just like Tsugumi had said. The jellyfish-shaped gondola picked up speed and headed toward the outskirts of Zoider, stuck in the lights. The corrupted tube carrying the gondola wrapped its way around the perimeter of the floor. Floating comfortably inside the tube, the gondola skirted its way along. This is... Wait a minute, what the hell? Do I know what a gondola is? Do I know what a gondola is? I thought I did. Hold on. Gondola. Never mind, I so do not know what a gondola is. What the hell? I so do not know what a gondola is. I think I thought it was, wait, what is the other thing I'm thinking of? A merry-go-round? Merry-go-round? What's, yeah, a carousel. I was thinking of a carousel. Never mind. I see 2 different types. I see like the thing at the ski resorts that takes you up the hill that I've never used ever in my life. And then I see like a boat, like a ferryman kind of taking you down like a river, which I've also never done in my life. So there we go. I guess that's why I didn't know it. Oopsie daisy. I've been wanting to talk to you. About what? You can just get in this thing and then just like go for a ride? This is pretty high tech. This is pretty amazing, actually. What the hell? There's no like... Oh, I see. It's like here. It's guiding you along this route. Okay, fair enough. I hear you. What'd you think it was? Yeah. Not a Ferris wheel, but just the carousel. I thought it, for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, that must be what it is. This is pretty sick, to be honest. I wanna be on this. What the hell? About what? Well, some things I need to say. Things to say. Things I need to let you know. and I figured no one else can interrupt us here. Must be something really important. Something serious? Yeah, at least for me it is. It was strange that Tsugumi would have something she wanted to say just to me. Tsugumi fixed her eyes on me firmly. Her eyes were serious, with no sign of mischief in them. Whatever the consequences, I had to listen. 12 years ago, in August of 2005. Right. Okay. I forgot the timeline here. Yeah. On a summer day, I was infected. I was infected with the virus. Yes, 2005, 12 years ago. Okay, so like, is it a normal virus or is it like just like Uchikoshi levels of like virus? What are we dealing with here? I was only 12 years old at the time. 12 years ago, and you're 12 years old. What does this mean for math? Hold on. 24. Oh, what the hell? You're older than Takeshi? Oh, okay. Well, I guess there goes. I mean, I wasn't really thinking it, but there goes that loose theory about you're actually my father. Did you know that? And it's oopsie daisy. Okay. At least that's not real. Thank goodness that's not real. Thank goodness. All right. That also means I could have made her in Tomodachi Life. Maybe I still will. Maybe I still will. Because I feel like she would get along well, I think, better than some of the other characters in this game. So. I was only 12 years old at the time. The virus? Yeah. And are you still infected? Yeah. I'm a carrier. A carrier? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait. No, come on. Just wait a second here. You need to tell me 12 years ago at age 12. That's what I'm saying. 12 years ago at age 12 means your age is now. That's right. I'm 23. I'll be 24 in another 2 months. Okay. That was like, the math isn't mathing there. Okay. No, you're good. You're good. Virus is like having the virus. I wish you could see like my jaw opening and closing when I saw the line. I was like, okay, I see. You see, I was born 24 years ago in July of 1993. I scrutinized Tsugumi's face. There was no way she looked 23, but then again, I knew she wasn't lying. We had never touched upon the subject of her age, but I assumed she must be a high school student at most. I thought she was 18 again. I thought she was 18. She dresses in like something that's uniform, but it's kind of more gothic. So I was like, there's no way this is a real uniform. Maybe you just dress like this just because. Just because. But no, 24 years old. Okay. Huh, 1993. I don't know if they're about to make a reference to the first game. The first game did not take place in 1993, I don't think. No, there's no way. I think it takes place in like 2000 or something. But it's like, huh, 1993. All right. But I had assumed her to be a high school student at most. 23 years old. I muttered to myself. To me, to think she was 3 years older than me. Takeshi, where are you? She suddenly changed the topic. What do you mean, where? I'm right here. Yeah, but where is here? You know, here is here, right? I beat the palm of my hand against my chest. Have you ever cut your fingernails? What is this? What is this? What are you doing? What's up with this? What's up with you all of a sudden? Tsugumi leaned over urgently, right in front of my face. In her eyes, I could see something like a distant light. I could just glimpse the tip of her tongue, wet and smooth. Just answer, okay? Have you ever cut your nails? Of course I have. Well then, is the nail that's been cut away still... Friggin' what the hell? Ow. Okay, yeah, this was brought up... This is from friggin' Clover horseshit. This is something that Clover brought up in 999. It was like, I don't know if she brought up this specifically. I think she brought up this in passing. The metaphor that she uses is like, your favorite blanket and you start your favorite sock rather, and you start getting holes in your sock. You start patching it again and again and again. Eventually, is it the same sock? Is it the same thing? Oh man, yeah, I vaguely remember her saying something about this though, right? Oh my gosh, okay. That's where she was going with this. It truly was. We love Ship of Theseus parallels. Yeah, Ship of Theseus, there we go. Ship of Theseus. I can't believe, I know it's like, it shouldn't be, it's not surprising, right? Games, you're writing in one order after the next. You're borrowing ideas from previous games you worked on into new ideas, into this new game, right? It's not something to be like surprising or like, oh, this is bad because of that, right? I don't think so at the very least. I think it's fine. I think it's good. But it is giving me like psychic damage sometimes when I have to remember things from 999, remembering those little tangents that people had, remembering what people said, different things like that. It's like, oh man. Yeah, they did say that, didn't they? They did bring up that, didn't they? Man. What do you mean? I mean, are you there in the nail? No, I guess once it's gone from my body, it's not me anymore. How about hair? The same goes for hair. In that case, this hair here is you, right? But if I pull it out... Ah! I reflexively put my hand to my head. Tsugumi had yanked out a couple of strands. Ow! This isn't you. Tsugumi held the hair up, waving it around. That's tough. It isn't me, but I guess you could call it X-me. Okay, what if I ripped off your arm? What? Tsugumi grabbed my arm. Okay, she's being incredibly playful here. Alright. Where is this one? Remove window. Don't kill me, please. You might have super bionic strength. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of convinced, to be honest. And in that case, please don't kill me. Please don't do it. But before I could react, I was drawn into her body. Although she wasn't abnormally strong, I found it impossible to resist her. It was a natural flowing moment. Inside the white gondola, Tsugumi's body was covering mine. I felt her breath. I felt her pulse. I felt the warmth of her body. A fragrant smell wafted from her neck. A musky smell. It made me slightly dizzy. Well, what if I ripped your arm off? Gazing intensely at me, Tsugumi continued shooting me questions. Would you be there in the arm? No, I suppose I wouldn't be there anymore. To kill me! Why do you hate me? Don't do it! Lock socks. Yeah, lock socks. Oh man. It brings back so many memories. You basically make it a trope, yeah, as you reuse the idea often enough. Yeah, exactly. And I just think it's a progression of storytelling. It's like these are things that I liked about my storytelling before. I really want to expand on these ideas or like bring them back up in this new way for the game. You know, different things like that. I think that's cool and interesting. I think that's what makes playing all of his works up to the Somnium Files pretty unique, right? This is why I always say everything is the Titanic. Everything is the Titanic. Let's get this one as well in case I wanted Tsugumi choking me out as a thumbnail. There we go. Okay then, what if I took off your leg? Or if I cut your torso away? Or if I even took out your brain? Still gazing at me, she moved her hands and put them on my neck. It felt like I was being hunted. The illusion was intense. She looked straight at me. I couldn't shake myself away from her gaze. I peered deeply into her eyes. I felt like I was being sucked inside of her. Those eyes full of that distant light. I wondered where the light had originated from. Tell me, Takeshi, where are you? Where am I? I assume that you're in, well... all of it is me, but anything that can be shed away, because like cells can be shed away over time, right? Obviously. So it's like, if it's me, you know, those cells are no longer me. If you take a piece of my hair, it's no longer me. If you take a nail, it's no longer me. But if you take my arm, that was still a part of me. Ow, that's gonna hurt. Where am I? Me, Kuranari Takeshi. Since the moment I was born, I existed as one person, One continuous, linear, cohesive individual. Are you sure about that, bud? Because I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure for you. There was no doubt about that fact. The me as a baby in the photo album, the me of running around in elementary school, and finally the me sitting there was all the same organism known as Kuranari Takeshi. So where exactly did the entity called me exist? Inside a computer game. In the past, people thought the soul existed in a person's heart. Don't freaking bring up the computer. We're all on a computer some distant... I mean, I'm bringing it up for Sora, but don't bring it up now. Descartes believed the soul inhabited a pineal gland in the pineal gland in the brain, I think is how you say it. The brain. I wondered briefly if I only existed in my memories. But if that were the truth, then I'd lost my memory like the kid. Wouldn't that mean that I was no longer Kuranari Takeshi? I mean, kind of, yeah. In some ways, you still are though. But in some ways, yes. Thoughts, senses, emotions, sensations, character, values. All those things were nothing but functions of the organ called the brain. For one thing, the me that ran around in elementary school was composed of different molecules than the me there. From a purely material point of view, my younger me was an entirely different person than the older me. Cells died and were replaced daily. Every cell that was replaced would also die. They said the cells in the entire human body were completely replaced every 3 to 5 years. By comparison, a rock would be composed of the exact same molecules 5 years before or 5 years hence. But a human body was different. The cells of me 5 years ago were not the same cells as me then. This is the most 999 this game has ever gotten, I gotta say. This is the most it's ever gotten this way. Even so, the me of 5 years ago, the me of 5 years before, and the me then were definitely the same. Then just what was it that defined me? And where did that me exist? Tsugumi took her hand off my neck. I breathed easier. You see, your existence has no substance. All you are is a concept. A concept? You are just a packet of information, a software. You would have loved to talk to Sada a little bit. I can feel it, you know? I just think you would have loved to talk to her. Fun fact relevant to the ship of Theseus, your body replaces every cell in your body, including the skeleton, except your brain. Your brain does repair itself and make new neurons, but that's the exception than the rule, and is probably how you keep your personality. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. You have like when you're younger, like your brain is really squishy, a lot more malleable. And then as you get older, it's not that it becomes impossible to learn anything or anything like that. It's just more so that it's like the synapses that would be used for like learning and repairing, those are kind of more and more set in stone over time. But maybe I should be talking about this. I'm not a science person. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about biology in anything that isn't a very basic sense. So, but like to me, I think that makes sense. Yeah. The information written on a CD has no physical body, right? The CD itself is just plastic, a hard mass of polycarbonate. But that mass has nothing to do with the information it holds. Information cannot have a physical body. That's impossible. Information does not have shape or substance. The embodiment of information only takes place through its application. However, the embodied information itself has no actual body. The essence of information is the information itself. Takeshi, it's the same for you. There is no physical substance to your essence. Instead, the human called Kuranari Takeshi is no more than concept, information, software, literally running on the game that is titled Ever 17 Out of Infinity. And that essence is only realized through your body, the hardware. That's it. Your body is just the hardware. It's just a device in which the entity of you is embodied. I see. Okay, I understand you perfectly. No, actually, I hardly understand you at all, but actually, if what you say is true, then what? What does it have to do with what you were talking about? 12 years ago, I was infected with a virus. Yeah, you said that. Because of that virus, the virus, it rewrote my genetic code. What? What? Your genetic code? Cells are reborn every day. They are reborn and then die. Normally, the human body is totally replaced with new cells within 5 years. When I was 12, the cells in my body were infected, and from that moment on, they divided and replaced themselves. 5 years later, all the cells have been replaced. In 5 years, every cell that makes up my body had been genetically altered. Oh. Okay. And when the last of the cells had died, the last trace of my 12-year-old self had disappeared. I think she means it in a very different sense than like what we're talking about normally, where it's like she's like completely different. For whatever reason, this virus triggered just like her becoming a completely different person on a molecular level, is what she means, and not trying to be philosophical with it. But if so, I mean, it's no different. I mean, it's kind of different, but it's basically no different from any other human being, right? Basically. In that moment, the old me died. The old me died, but the new me became a body that never dies. A body that never dies. Yeah, you became immortal, essentially. Okay. So that's not, Wait a minute. No. Not immortal, per se. I mean, maybe. I mean, you literally got stabbed. You literally got stabbed. You should have died. So, and you're walking just fine. So you're basically immortal. I don't know how that works. If you can just like basically never die. The game isn't saying that you're like hundreds of years old or anything like that. It's just saying like, hey, I can't die, but I'm 23 years old, basically. A body that never dies. My immune system and metabolic rate were remarkably improved. My telomeres began to regenerate themselves. That's right. I will never grow old and never die. I would love some clarification. We're not gonna get it. I don't think we're gonna get it. I would love some clarification on how that virus did that to you. But okay. I don't think the virus is the point. I think, at the very least, I don't think so. Maybe that's what Kid and Sada were being experimented on about, is about that virus and being like, hey, that's actually a pretty big issue. Like, some people are dealing with that, so it's like, we need child experimentation people, I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. As far as I'm viewing it right now, it's like, the virus isn't the point. It could be anything. But the virus is just the device in which she then became immortal. And being immortal must suck for her. You know, it's pretty bad. My physical growth stopped at that moment in time. I'll never grow older than 17. Ah, okay. All right. It basically is just like anime, like I'm actually 100 years old. It's fucking whatever. Highly improved immune system and increased metabolic efficiency. Telomeres that continue to rejuvenate. Well, if what she said was to be believed, Tsugumi's body would never die on its own. As long as her body had the energy to continue, it would not die. As long as she continued to have a will to live, her body would be sustained forever. Semi-eternal life. But was such a thing even conceivable? The concept of never growing old, never dying, was it possible? Why did living creatures age? Essentially, it was to protect against exhaustion and the deterioration of function. So she's oops, I missed a lot of comments, hold on. Squishy brain neuroplasticity is the term. Right, okay. Thank you, I remember now. So basically, more of a genetic field, basically. Takeshi, when a baddie straddling him, explains to him the philosophies of consciousness. Yeah, I totally understand you. I think I get it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. At the very least, extremely difficult to kill. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Extremely difficult to kill. I love how Black Blue and Cadentia and Albert all said the same thing basically at the same time, at least in my chat here. Is Ever 17. Yep. Roll credits, we can go home now. Everyone, we can go home. She truly was the Ever 17. She truly was it. The life cycle needed aging. The life cycle needed aging so it could have succession and renewal through subsequent generations. I couldn't help but laugh. That's a good story, but no way. I guess it's a good joke, pretty solid. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, you fumbled pretty hard, my guy, I gotta say. Okay? Tsugumi snickered at my words. Yep, just a little joke. I thought you might fall for it, but I guess not. What else would you expect? Crazy talk like that. I don't know if it's going to be that, like, she really can't die, because if you're only 24... Like how... give it some time. Maybe the effects of the virus will wear off as far as you know. But yes, you are essentially trapped in time, essentially, is what you're getting at. I can hear that. Well, Takeshi, I guess you're not stupid after all. Are you saying it's a lie? Because I don't believe you. Tsugumi slowly got up. Her disheveled clothes showed a peek of her legs, and a glimpse of her sleek thighs. Her clean satin skin, and a scar. Oh yeah, this is probably what you wanted to tell us about. Yeah, this is probably what you wanted to say. It's like, hey, she's covered in scars, right? Oh, no. I think this is... No, wait. Remember, Courie, that's the leg that she got stabbed through, right? Yes, it is. Her right leg. Her right leg was the one that she got stabbed through. Okay, never mind then. Also, you get this as well. And a scar. What's the matter? Takeshi, what are you looking at? Your right thigh at the scar. Do you want a closer look? Yeah, well, no, Shall I show you? There we go. No, not really. It's okay. There was definitely a scar there, but it looked as if it had been healed years ago, leaving only a faint mark of stitches that had once closed a wound. Yeah, okay. I don't think you would have been privy enough to, like, know, like, hey, she's healing, like, really quickly before my eyes. I don't even know how she's doing this. But maybe that's what it was. Maybe instead of, like, scars all over her body, I think it was just like, hey, I operated on her. I don't know how she did it, man. Like, I barely even did anything. It just closed up on its own. And honestly, I just got out the stitches and I just slapped some duct tape on it. It was fine, honestly. I'm kind of weirded out by that. Maybe that's what she wanted to say instead of being like, hey, you had a whole bunch of scars on your body, to be honest. That would depend on her basis of immortality. If it's just the virus forcibly regenerating her cells, yeah, it might wear off, but if she said it rewrote her genetic code, that would potentially be a permanent change even after the virus leaves her body. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean then. In that case, like, she is just the way that she is now. Like, she used to be human, but she's no longer human, essentially. She's become superhuman, and, like, she will stay as a superhuman forever, basically. As far as we know. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. In which case, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, we went away from that. Yay! Afterward, I went straight back to the conference room. Both my mind and body were exhausted. Even though little remained of the night, I slept soundly. When I awoke, I felt refreshed and fully charged. Apparently, no one had noticed my disappearance during the night. Oh god, what the... Hi, Sora. I really missed you. I wish you were around more. Good morning, everybody. Good morning! I missed the whole gang! Aw, they're all here, except Sara.
Good morning, Sora-san.
Morning. Hey, hi there, Sora. A little later than usual, Sora presented herself in the conference room. So how's it going? How's it going, Sora? How did the maintenance go? Well, that is. The system is in sound condition, although there is no way to repair any mechanical damage if it were to occur. The scheduled maintenance program checked out. I can assure you that the entire compound is functioning normally. Well, that's good. Well, that's good to hear. So it's interesting that she's assuming that she's immortal, but still has scars. Scars are functionally connective tissue and do not have the same function of whatever they're replacing. Scars on the skin do not function as well as skin. I hear you, okay. Scars on the lungs ruin your lung capacity, right, etc. So theoretically, enough scars may mean that her body would fail to function. Yeah. In that case, in that case, theoretically, if she were, you know, like, for example, if the facility were to just explode, which it's supposedly supposed to do in like a day or two, right? We assume that she would probably die along with us, right? She would probably die because it's like one impact, one explosion. You can think of it as like many different scars essentially. Although we don't know how it works. Like maybe like as long as one of the cells exists, maybe she can just regenerate from there. I don't know how that works, but you know, maybe she can possibly do that. But as of right now, it's like there are like few rare exception circumstances which could just straight up kill her. It's just that right now, you know, if she got into a car crash or anything like that, it's like she'd be fine. She'd just walk it off, you know? She could just be built different, or the writer had an oversight. But yeah, I don't think probably they thought about... They were thinking probably along the lines of what Black Blue was talking about earlier, and not along the lines of like, hey, you know, like maybe if she got enough scars, maybe she would just die. Maybe she would just die. Unless the scar was from before she became immortal, that last mortal bit of her just never got replaced. Then the game just described the scar as her leg that she got over the course of the game. Yeah, that's the same scar that she got over the course of the game. Takashi said that the scar looked older than just a few days ago, possibly years. Could reply that it had regenerated as if a ton of years had passed. To me, that read as more like, hey, like she's just healing so quickly that you would think that she, you know, that's like years of recovery that she did in like 3 days, essentially. That's what I think at the very least. Well, that's good to hear. After carefully assessing the situation, I have found a slight noise in my thought processor. Normal function will not be compromised, so no modifications are necessary.
Hey, Sora-san, what does that mean?
Well, Koko-chan, it means that... You see, sometimes certain customers want to play pranks on me. They tell lies or try to confuse me. And because of that, my memories or program response get a little timed out of alignment. It tends to cause issues in my thought processing. Sometimes older data gets mixed in with newer information, making it difficult to determine which is correct. Okay, now this. All right. Now this. All right. When this problem becomes severe, it is necessary to fiddle with the system and overwrite the problematic data. However, at this time, nothing too drastic has occurred, so please don't worry. Are you just saying this because she broke the machine, or like what? I feel like this is gonna tie into something. Maybe not in this route, maybe not now, but this. I feel like this will tie into something. Other than that, I have yet to complete a full check of the sensor data which was recorded throughout the compound while you were all sleeping. I doubt any new leakage has occurred, but I will report back to you once I've checked the sensor data. Thanks, Sora. We're counting on you. Yes, leave it to me. By the way, thanks to the maintenance program, the Lima terminal response has greatly improved. There's a slight problem concerning Limith traffic, but it has been resolved. Terminal communication functions were optimized to adjust to Limu's current status. I get the feeling that they were trying to make her seem like a vampire. That's yeah, that's what I think they're going for. Like she was going to eat Takashi. Quite actually, like quite literally in the framing, I guess you could make it out to be like that. I think more so just in the way that like vampires like will only die in the very specific circumstance that they, well, it depends on which vampires you're talking about, but they only really die when they touch sunlight, essentially. So it's like there's maybe a very rare circumstance, but like essentially she's immortal, she's not gonna die. That sort of thing. Wait, she's doing personal maintenance. How can she determine which data is accurate and which to purge, or is she just purging everything? That's what I was kind of wondering. I was like, so basically, if she saw two versions of Kid running about, which again we saw the other version, the Echo version thing. If she saw two versions of Kid running amok, would her brain just be like, yeah, let's just delete that. Let's just delete that memory, or like alter it so that you only see one Kid, so that you don't go crazy or something like that? Is that what she means? Because if so, that's you know, that's pretty bad. That's pretty awful. Okay. No, like she had a virus and such plus her behavior. Right. Hey, Sora, what do you mean by traffic? I'd like to know more about what exactly was tweaked in the terminals. All right, everyone, why don't we go to breakfast? And she hated that question. She hated that. She was like, why do you have to ask? What in the... Was it just me, or she totally ignored my question? Oh well. Perhaps she just couldn't hear me. Yeah, she just couldn't hear me. Everybody relocated to the tuna sandwich shop. And as always, I cooked up breakfast for everyone. Looking at their faces as they ate, I suddenly felt relieved. The faces of you, Coco, and the kid seemed happy. Sora just stood by, quietly watching them enjoy the meal. However, Tsugumi was nowhere to be seen. 8:44 a.m. Takeshi Unknown Clouds. What is happening? Whose route are we on? Okay. After breakfast, we each had plenty of free time. But there was nothing in particular to do, so... Nothing that had to be done. So without any reason, we all just ended up gathering in the rest area. As always, the vases were filled with blossoming flowers. Marguerites, marigolds, and roses. Apparently, the flowers were watered periodically by mist from the sprinkler system, helping them maintain their freshness. I didn't see Sora anywhere, but then again, she did say that she hadn't finished checking the sensor data. She had probably gone to the control room. It seemed like she could concentrate on performing her operations better there. Now I want a tuna fish sandwich. I couldn't. I don't think I do. After all of the talk of tuna fish sandwiches in this game, I was like, I don't think I do, honestly. I'll pass. You, who had been talking with Sora earlier, was strolling alone at the top of the circular stage in the middle of the room. The kid, Coco, and Pipi were playfully chasing each other through the water. I had a feeling that I had seen it all before. After having a good stretch, I walked up to Coco and the others. I watched Coco and the others play. I'm gonna take a sip of water here, hold on. By the way, did you silence the timer? I set the timer, it's 2 minutes off. Gosh darn it, I'll stop it. Anyway, it's time for a break. Let me go over to burp screen. I'm gonna get some water anyway, so I'll be right back in like 2 or 3 minutes or so. See you then. Alrighty, I am back. Let me go over back to game screen. This one over here. Move this back over here. Then back over here. Probably just gonna be going for a little bit more, maybe like 15 minutes more, just because my voice is dying. My voice is dying. I didn't realize how much talking I've done today. The three of them, 2 kids and an animal, circled the stone statue. They were playing a game of chase, not really caring who was it. Without seeming to get bored, they kept running around and around. On the other hand, I got restless watching them. Phew, what a sight. It looked kind of fun, but I didn't quite feel like asking to join in. And at any rate, Tsugumi had yet to make an appearance that morning. Just in case, I left a sandwich for her at the kiosk. I don't know if she'll actually eat it or not. Uh-oh. Let me take a sip of water. Hold on. What would I say to her if I met her? Okay, that's better. Sounded like I was going through puberty there. What the hell? Okay, that's better. What would I say to her if I met her? She had confided her secrets to me in the jelly gondola. Your throat doing okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. She had confided her secrets to me on the jellyfish gondola. Virus carrier. A body that never died. A body that never grew old. Her healed scar. It was all so hard to believe. Could such a mind-boggling story even be true? I was still unable to completely believe her. 9:19 a.m. I glanced up and noticed Coco and the others had stopped playing. Huh? What is she doing? With a worried look on his face, the kid watched Coco intently. Pee-Pee, too, had his eyes on her. Is she doing the stone statue thing? Is she doing it? In the middle of the rest area stood 4 stone statues. Coco was deliberately attempting to scale one of the pedestals. I think she's doing it. Okay, so Kid definitely is having memories of other timelines, other previous things. Specifically this timeline, because he remembered as well that, like, hey, by the way, Tsugumi is gonna get stabbed in the boiler room. With a heave, she began to climb up the side. It was an odd sight. I ran to the kid as he stood frozen, watching her.
Okay, huh.
Stumbling as she mounted the pedestal, Coco ended up embracing the statue. Coco, what the heck are you doing? The kid asked her brazenly.
Yahoo! Wow, all I did was stand a little higher, and now everything looks so different. Let's see, to be exact, 68 centimeters higher, don't you think?
Perched at the top of the pedestal, Coco said this while smiling triumphantly. Why did she know? Why did she know? Hey, Coco, is that why you climbed up there?
What? Actually, no.
Coco answered with her head cocked.
This area right here looks like it's missing something.
Missing something? Which area?
This statue's back. I thought its back looked kind of lonely.
Coco stroked the statue's back sympathetically with her tiny hand.
And, well,
you know, for a route where Coco is real and exists and, like, kind of basically went away for the entire... Like, she would show up in short bursts during the kid route, right? But she wouldn't show up at... Like, Sada doesn't show up at all here. And now we have Coco front and center. And she doesn't really do anything. She doesn't really do anything at all. She's just, like, pretty normal and chill, to be honest. At least appearingly so. I don't actually believe it, but, like, she appears that way. Also, what the hell? Does she have, like, a cat bell on her, around her neck? What the... Okay. Alright.
And, well... Abracadabra. Screwdriver at ya.
Uttering a stream of nonsense, Coco suddenly produced a flathead screwdriver in her right hand.
×2!
And then another one appeared in her left hand. Where did she get those? But before I could ask her anything, Coco was gripping 2 screwdrivers. And then, into the back of the statue, she began to carve the stone using the tip of the screwdriver.
Here we go.
Cut, cut. Cut, cut, carve, carve. and within moments, the back of the statue was covered with gashes. It was incomprehensible. I just couldn't understand it. First, she said the back looked lonely, and then she started gouging it. For a while, the kid and I just stared with our jaws dropped. Hey, what are you doing? The kid yelled as he came back to his senses.
I'm carving. Can't you see? I'm carving. I'm etching some marks into this stone statue.
Really? Etching some marks? I can tell just by watching you, Coco. That's not what we mean. What for? The kid beat me to the question.
Well, it's because I was feeling lonesome. This isn't my route, and I want people to pay attention to me. I haven't even done anything.
I know, that's what I was saying.
I haven't even done anything this whole route. So here, I'm gonna go give you a cryptic message and then fuck off. I was feeling lonesome. And anyway, I was feeling sad.
She muttered in a tiny voice. She worked with great dexterity, using a screwdriver in each hand. The tips of the screwdrivers dug into the stone, screeching and forming tiny grooves. Sad.
Well, nobody's coming to rescue us, right? We've been abandoned.
Oh wow, the only character to actually say the bad thoughts out loud. Okay. Sara could never. Alright, I see. So you think, or maybe you know from another timeline, maybe, like, you know, like, hey, we're gonna die in here. Like, we're not getting out of here.
So what's the harm? What harm is there in wrecking the place a little?
The kid and I looked at each other. Coco looked back at her handiwork. They were in the shapes of people. Really simple looking, like stick people. I remember this in the Sara route. I think it was the Sara route, at least. Yeah, she does do this, and then she's a ghost and not real. So there is that. We don't have this exact conversation, but like she does do this in the Sara route, yeah. At the end of each stick was a little round head. Who's that?
It's me, Coco. And look, this is Pee Pee and Chummy. Ah, dang it.
All right, so it's not children. I thought it was your way of saying like maybe it's children crawling on the ground. No, it's just the friggin' dog and the hamster. Okay, gotcha. So that means it's everyone then? I mean, with the exception of Sara, but it's everyone?
And look, this is Pee Pee and Chummy.
And again, in the newer version, in the Steam version, this shows up just outside, just outside somewhere. And it's kind of wild and crazy. Okay, why did she do that? Looking more carefully, I could see two unusual animal figures beside the human forms.
And then there's...
One of the shapes had a particularly large head. It was only half finished.
This is Tsugumi. For Tsugumi, it's important to make her look really cool by giving her a large head because she has a big brain. Ta-da-da-da-da, ta-da-da-da-da.
Singing a cute song, Coco continued to carve. She seemed entirely absorbed by what she was doing. Somehow, I could relate to her desire to throw herself into something. That's destroying private property. It's vandalism. Shut up, kid. No one's gonna help us anyway. Who's gonna charge us? We were down here. We should be suing them. Hey, relax, kid. Now's not the time to be so uptight. Coco's into her work. You can't blame her. Right.
Here we go. Next. Uh-oh.
Because of her unsteady position on the pedestal, Coco suddenly lost balance. Okay, this happened. Look out! Without hesitating, the kid jumped forward, steadying her body. He grabbed her by the hips to prevent her from slipping down, then carefully lowered her to sit on the pedestal. Alright, you caught her this time. You caught her. So all of the timelines are real. In the original 999, if I remember correctly, not the current version that's out, but the original 999, you didn't actually get access to the flowchart, correct? There was no such thing as a flowchart. You just kind of had to know what you had to know and do what you had to do, essentially. I believe. It's been a while, so I don't remember. This game is operating in a similar way where it's like I feel like there's a flowchart in the brain of people, and like parallel worlds are real and do exist, right? But we are not privy to it I don't think we're ever going to be privy to it. I don't think the game's ever going to like draw it out and be like, hey, here's how this all looks. I think that's something you have to do on your own, essentially. In the 100 line, did they say the 100 line or Last Defense Academy or some variation yet? No, I don't think so. I don't think they said the 100 line or Last Defense. Well, no, they say Last Defense Academy. Sirei says it all the time in his morning announcements. He's like, Last Defense Academy. I don't think anyone has said 100 line yet, though. So, yeah, there's no flow chart in the DS version. Okay, I was remembering that correctly. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Watch your step, okay?
Okay. I know. Why don't you join me, kiddo?
You mean...
Come on, please. Let's both try it. You can carve a picture of yourself and knock you here. And then I was thinking of carving Takepyon over here. Okay, here's one of my screwdrivers.
Well, okay. Thanks. Energized by Coco's enthusiasm, the kid took the screwdriver and mounted the pedestal to join her. Be careful not to fall yourself, kid. I'll be okay. Don't slip, Coco. Why don't you let me hold you up?
I wonder if that's the...
She'll be all right. I was about to stretch my hand out toward her, but the kid stopped me. Don't worry, I got her. The kid took hold of Coco's empty hand. While embracing the statue in a hug, Coco and the kid steadied each other. Using their free hand, they both began carving shapes. Huh. The statue stood there without complaint, pointing to the south. I would still think that's dangerous as hell. I'd be like, get down from there, you two! But, okay. A while later, is he sensing that, like, hey, I was in... I don't know, I feel like I have to do this because I was an older brother in a previous life, past life. I don't know where she is, but she's out there somewhere. She's real. There it is. That's the stone carving. Aw, man. Okay, never mind. So this is you, Sora, Coco, Tsugumi, Takeshi, kid. Yep, it's everyone. And Sara is nowhere to be seen because she's not important. Alright. What was left in the stone was the carved image of 6 people and 2 animals. It was evidence of our existence. How does this show up in the beginning in the other version of the game? Don't think about it, don't worry. 0:36 p.m. That afternoon, after a light lunch, I looked around but couldn't find you anywhere. Looking for you? She ate lunch and went to the security office on Zwitter's stock.
She said something about doing research.
Research? I wonder what that could be. She didn't exactly say. If you really want to know, why don't you go ask her yourself? Don't forget the pets. The pets are there too. The hamster made it. Again, we didn't have a hamster. As far as I know, we didn't have a hamster in the Sara route. We didn't have any of that at all. The hamster made an appearance, and yet Sara is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, I guess you're right.
What about Soda-san? Where'd she go?
She's in the control room. I spoke with her through the terminal intercom, but she seemed really busy. As usual, Tsugumi was nowhere to be seen. The sandwich I left at the kiosk was gone. Okay, at least she took it. Come to think of it, you, Sora, and Tsugumi hadn't said a word to me all morning. Yeah, something's up, I can tell. At any rate, I figured I would go search for them. Did they find the Himmel door? Are they like trying to figure that out with their brain power combined, essentially? But I didn't know where to go. The control room, the infirmary, the security office. I assume she's in the infirmary, right? So let's check. If you go to the control room... Oh, maybe this is one where you have to go everywhere. Essentially. Let's go to the infirmary. And if we have time, let's go see Yu, to be honest. I want to know what Yu is doing. Turning down the corridor after climbing up the emergency stairs, I came out in front of the infirmary. The door abruptly opened in my face, and a person came flying out. Then they dodged right past me. In a flash, the figure was gone without even seeming to notice me. Who was that? I whipped around quickly, trying to see who the person was. It was Tsugumi. Hey. I started to call out, but I hesitated. In the middle of the night, the events of the middle of the night popped into my mind. I could stop her, but then what? In the meantime, all I could see was Tsugumi's back fading farther away. I think you should go check up on her. I think you should go do that. Hey, wait up! Where are you going? Barely getting the words in, I dashed after her. I ran up a corridor and hurriedly climbed the stairs. But the sounds of her feet fading down the edge of the sound of her feet faded down the end of the emergency corridor. Her figure had already rounded the corner and was out of sight. Tsugumi! I was out of breath. I had run about 30 meters, but... Damn it, Tsugumi, you sure are fast. I grumbled after her, although she was well out of earshot. I didn't feel like I could catch up with her at all. Her speed was unnatural. She was still supposed to be recuperating. You know that's not true. You know at this point it's not true. Sada was the hamster and the other. Did I say that? I don't think I said this, but I was thinking it in my mind. I don't think I said this all stream, but I was thinking it in my mind. It's like, yeah, Sada's the hamster, man. I don't know. I don't know. Who cares? We don't know at this point. We don't know anything. So I said that jokingly, but I'm actually a little concerned I might be more correct than I remember. There's no way. If Sada ends up being the hamster, I will lose my mind. That is right up there with Tsugumi and her twin sister Tsumugi. Like that's crazy. But still, she's a little slower than when she pulled away from me in the flood at the aquarium. Her leg probably hadn't fully recovered. At any rate, I didn't want her to overdo it. Ah, damn it! Annoyed that I was out of breath, I continued after Tsugumi. The sound of her feet was only barely perceptible in the distance. I strained my ears to hear. It sounded like she had headed downstairs. I descended the stairs. I was unable to hear any footsteps from below. It seemed that instead of going to the third floor, she had gone down to the corridor on the second floor. I came to near the entrance of the jellyfish gondola. I thought she had came this way, but Tsugumi was nowhere in sight. Damn, I guess I'll have to give up. What was the point of playing chase with her anyway? But still, I was disappointed. Without further recourse, I gave up and walked to the nearby security office. Okay, so no choice for you. Who cares about her? As usual, the room smelled faintly of smoke. Oh, there you are! Alright, cool. Oh, Kuronari. Noticing me enter, you turned toward me from the console. Say, you haven't been smoking, have you? I only said it in jest, but you looked slightly offended.
No way, how could I? You know the rules, no smoking unless you're legal. You can joke if you want, but I can't believe you'd say that. I mean, just take a look at my fresh silky skin. This is the soft skin of a lady. This is some kind of beauty that's impossible for a smoker like you. Ha! You smoked. You spoke smugly, mocking me. Hey, I don't smoke. Oh, really?
What? Why? Do you think I smoke? Do I look like I smoke? Do I look like I smoke? What are you talking about? How do I look to you? Anyway, let's stop all this stupid talk about smoking. I just wanted to ask you something. The kid said you were doing some research.
Huh? The kid said that? You gave me a slightly surprised look. Kuronari, what exactly did the kid say?
I don't remember exactly, but... She does like to scurry around. She does do that. This bitch vain. She kind of is though. But I like it. I don't know. I like you. I think well, at least to me, I already knew that I was gonna add Elise from Little Goody Two Shoes to like the Tomodachi Life Island, for example. But if Elise hadn't been there, then you would have taken her place instead. I think it would have been Takashi and then Kid and then you. I think those would have been the three characters. But it's like I already have Sada, and then on top of that, I already have a character who's kind of similar in personality to you. Like, it's great though. I like this type of character a lot. He just mentioned that you were researching something, so I thought I'd ask you myself.
Well, in that case, guess I'll let you in on it.
Turning back to the console, you began to type.
You may not remember this, Kuranari, but I've been researching stuff about Limu for quite a while now.
She spoke with her eyes glued to the monitor.
And then there's that thing with about my father.
Ah, that reminds me, you mentioned him earlier. That must have been the first day that I came to this place. When you startled me by starting up the dolphin carousel. There we go, okay. There's like carousel and gondola and I mixed them up, apparently. I had heard about him then. So, have you found something?
Not yet.
Yu shook her head slowly. Eyeing the monitor, she hit some keys and entered a code. If only I could find the password, but you're not gonna do that by yourself, I can tell you that much. Sada would have had this down pat. Password.
If I just had a password, I could access all of the data inside Limith. Normally, all the data concerning Limith's system has a security protection.
Have you tried asking Sora? I'm guessing she's gonna be like, no. No, don't do that.
And of course, the personal data of the developmental staff has it as well. And so I'm hunting for the key to unlock that protection, an emergency override.
Ah, so that's what you've been up to.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't the thing earlier say like, hey, don't... hey, don't do an emergency override, don't do that? I mean, it was for during the update, but it's like, definitely don't do that. Please, I'm Sora and I'm telling you don't do that. Essentially.
But I give up.
You stopped typing. Taking her eyes off the console, she looked at me. Hey, by the way, if you disconnect Limith's security protection, what will happen to Sora?
Sora?
Well, since Sora's an AI program inside Limith's system, won't she be affected?
Yes. Naturally, if the protection is removed, Sora will be totally exposed, naked.
Like, not actually, right? Not actually, right? Because who would do that? Who would program that into the system? Naked.
Kuranari, did you just think of something kinky?
Huh?
When I say naked, I don't mean
Sora's image will be... Dude, I did think that, to be honest, as anything's possible. I wasn't thinking that at all.
Yeah, sure. You seem pretty suspicious to me. Well, I don't really care. Sora won't become nude, but all of her thoughts, memories, and various data will be accessible.
That's a good thing though, right? Because I don't trust Sora right now. I don't trust her. I don't know what she's doing when she's not here with us. I generally don't respect people that talk about taste and how there's better than other people. But after you mentioned Little Goody Two Shoes, I still had thought I still had the thought that you had good taste in games. Really? You don't like Little Goody Two Shoes? I love Little Goody Two Shoes. It was like one of my, I think my favorite game that I streamed all of last year, honestly. Like, it's pretty high up there. It's really good. Wrong to use there. I'm retiring from the internet. No, you're good. You're good. What's wrong with Little Goody Two Shoes? Yeah. No, I meant to say Little Goody Two Shoes is good taste. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of my favorite games that I played, honestly. I love it so much. I want to play, what's it called? Pocket Mirror? I want to play Pocket Mirror this October. I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's going to be quite a bit different. So maybe not, I don't know, maybe have different expectations for that game, but everything about Little Goody Two Shoes was wonderful. So I'm looking forward to their new game, Hell Maiden. Yeah, is it Hell Maiden? I'm pretty sure it's Hell Maiden. Hold on, let me check. Hell Maiden, pretty sure. Yeah, Hell Maiden. I actually played a little bit of the demo of this. It's pretty good. This is my first time ever playing anything like Vampire Survivors, anything like that, anything in the genre. I was so confused at first because I booted up the game and I was like, surely the point of the thing is to get through the level as quickly as possible, right? I don't understand what I should be doing. But apparently no, in those games the point is to run out the timer. And so once I knew that, I was like, oh, I understand now, and it became a lot more fun. It became a lot more fun. I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the full release of that. I don't think I would stream that, but I would play it off stream for sure. It's really, really good. I'm down for a Pocket Mirror playthrough. Yeah, I just think Pocket Mirror probably has a bit more of a story. Is a bit more story focused, rather, is what I should say. They're borrowing from Dante's Inferno for that game, so it's like it would be nice, but I don't know Dante's Inferno that much, so it's like it's gonna have a ton of references that I'm not privy to, to be honest. That's an invasion of privacy.
Well, not exactly, really. I'm not one to go around blabbering secrets, to tell you the truth. I'm not interested. So don't worry, I have no intention of going through Sora's personal data.
But what if she knows something about your father? Then, you know, then you would, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay then.
After that, I fell silent. I was searching for something to say. Yu was looking down. So, if you discover something about your father, then what? When I asked that, Yu furrowed her brows slightly.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I know what has to be done. I know all too well. But once I break down the security code, I'll know everything I need to know.
Okay, that was ominous. Are you playing? I know everything that I'll need to know. I'll put them inside a murder game, Zero Escape style, 999 style. I know what I have to do.
Anyway, I'm trying to access the Luna system core from this console. Whether it's possible to gain access or not, I can't say, but I know the data is there. Yep, I'm certain the data is there. Well, at least it's a start.
You suddenly became more upbeat.
Cracking the security protection is going to be a real pain. This stubborn code. So what exactly awaits hidden inside? It's a little too soon to go there. Until I can get inside, it's the same as not knowing a thing.
The only thing I know about Dante's Inferno are what come up in the damn Brown novel. Yeah. yeah, that makes sense. I know that novel was pretty popular. I just don't know anything, honestly. I think it's like traversing through hell, and that's all I know. That's all I know. And that would make a lot of sense given what I played at the demo. So you gave this and you said this rather, blah blah blah. I'm wilting away. You said this and gave a big shrug. Yeah, but I still think it's loads better than not knowing at all.
Well, maybe you're right. You gave me a big smile. She then popped her neck and rotated her stiff shoulders. Now then, back to work.
All right, you, good luck. There's still time.
Okay.
Turning back to me, you began to peck at the keyboard.
But still, you know?
Without stopping her hands, she muttered quietly.
My mother used to tell me all about my father's habits. So I know there are clues to be found. Decoding something as inorganic as a computer program is possible because even programmers have habits.
For a long time, you stared at the monitor. She didn't look my way, so I couldn't read her expression anymore. But I could tell by her shaky voice, she was probably crying. Aw, that's sad. What the hell? Without saying a word, I slipped out of the security office. Oh, that's sad. Man, I want to keep going, but it's like my voice is already kind of dying, and it's like I'm kind of like I already have half a migraine, and it's like I should probably call it here. I still have stuff to do for the debut. I should probably call it here, but I just want to play the game. I just want to play the game. You don't want to push it too far, I know. No, actually, it takes heavy influence. Plenty of names are derived from Dante's Inferno, and the enemies are named after sins. Oh, okay. Take care of yourself. One more scene. One more scene. Just one more. Just one more. It'll be fine. I just want to play the game. It's interesting. It was time for dinner. I made enough sandwiches for everyone and passed them out. Everyone moved with them to the rest area. We gathered on the circular stage in the center of the room and began eating. At a wave of Sora's hand, a gentle rain started pouring from the ceiling, sprinklers onto the flower beds. There was even a small rainbow. Smiling, Sora stared at the fresh flowers and the sparkling rainbow. I wonder how long I could watch the little peaceful world she had created. How long could I keep looking at her smiling face? Thinking about it made me feel lonely. Then again, There were others with me too. One of them opening her mouth so wide that it didn't seem that it would open anymore. She looked really happy.
Kuranari!
And had flipped off the wrapping paper.
I want another sandwich, please. Could you be so kind as to make another one and bring it here, pretty please?
She called out in a voice that seemed a little too sweet. It seemed to me like she had been crying earlier, but it must have been my imagination. All right, you're such a slave driver.
What was that? Did you say something?
Nothing at all, milady.
As long as you realize who's in charge.
Reluctantly, I trudged back to the kitchen. I can't believe that girl. It wasn't like they were that hard to make. Yeah, but they tried it, and apparently they're just so bad at it. Just so bad at it. Just 3 more scenes. Just 3 more of them. We'll be done. You know, maybe just 5 more scenes. Maybe just like 1 more route. Maybe just like, you know, completing the entire game. You know, let's just do that. We have plenty of provisions. Still, I was irritated as I waited for the cold oil to heat up again. I anxiously fidgeted as I waited. There we go. The wire basket struck the frying pan with a clang. I'm gonna get through the scene. I'm telling you, man. No matter what, I'm getting through it. I'll just get this done as soon as I can. Hey, a customer had showed up without warning. I'd like to ask for another one if that's okay. Jeez. What, Takeshi? Did I catch you at a bad time? Tsugumi looked annoyed. Tsugumi? You don't want to make another one? No, it's just... Don't worry about it, okay? I had to settle down. I'm allowed to get worked up. I'd allowed myself to get worked up. Trying to shake off my frustrations, I'd replied, "You just want one?" Yeah, thanks. Oh, one more thing. Tsugumi said as she turned around. What about you, Coco?
I'm not sure.
Coco peeked out from behind Tsugumi. What do you want?
Maybe I'll just eat a little something.
Well, how about some bread?
Okay, sounds good. Takepyeon, I'd like some bread, please. Please?
Okay, gotcha.
Thanks.
By the way, Takeshi, were you upset a little bit earlier? Are you feeling okay, or is it... No, it's not like that. Why don't you ask her where she went? Why don't you do that? Make it 5 for just a nice round number. Something dramatic is gonna happen. You're gonna be so hooked until the route ends. Be careful. I'm not saying that as a spoiler. I'm saying as a general warning of wisdom. Yeah, I know. There's a entire possibility that something might happen. The time of all time might happen right now. But to be fair, we paused it. Sada was gonna die in the last timeline, and we paused it during the middle of it. And I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Anyway, bye. So whatever happens, happens. But I just want to play through a little bit more. Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that. It just takes a while for the oil to get warmed up, so I was irritated, that's all. Oh, was that it? She flashed me a smile. Okay, don't worry. Just take your time. I'll be waiting. Tsugumi grabbed onto Coco's hand and started walking slowly away. She was smiling so gently. She had surprised me when she started talking to me all of a sudden. The Tsugumi right then seemed like she would never talk about dying, even by accident. I wonder if she had resolved her feelings. If that was the case, then it seemed like talking with her had been the right thing to do. I had chased after her constantly. Been hit by her, been put down by her. Yeah, we went through a lot. But the Tsugumi before was unmistakably one of us. You can almost say she's like a new Tsugumi. Yeah? Yeah, see what I did there?
And guess what? You wanna know what? I had a dream last night.
Tsugumi was listening to Coco intently. What kind of dream?
I was riding a whale.
Coco seemed to be truly enjoying herself.
And Kiddo was riding it with me. Teehee. Haha. Yeah.
Okay. So whatever Takeshi is to Kid, Sada is to Coco, and vice versa. But like, what? what are we? Why do we exist in the way that we do? What's happening?
And the whale was like totally bouncing all over the place. And I just kept hopping and jumping. And we were in outer space going by this place called Planet Squid. And we were flying all around. And then guess what? I met someone from Planet Kui.
Oh, really? So you met someone from Planet Kui, eh?
Yup.
Oh, hello, Kurt Dog. Thank you. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the 5 bits. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. I hope you've been doing well. We're just about to end stream here, maybe, possibly. Maybe, possibly, if I can pull myself away from the game. We were possibly gonna be ending in a little bit here. But I hope you've been doing well. Welcome on in. Hashtag Tsugumi best girl. She is pretty great. She's pretty great. She's an interesting one, to be sure. I would still say, like, in a personal level, I like you quite a bit. But the Tsugumi route has been nice, I will say. That's hilarious, just make your own cliffhangers. Yeah, exactly. If the game doesn't give me a good place to pause, it's just like, well, whatever, we'll find out next week, I guess.
Kiddo and me, we both met him.
Is that so? That's great, Coco. You're very kind to her. You're very, very kind. Tsugumi listened to Coco's nonsense with a smile on her face. I watched their interaction quietly. I tried to sense what they were feeling. And... Kuranari, what's taking so long? Alright, here's your freaking sandwich. My god. Well, it's technically a new scene, but one more scene, you know? One more scene. I went into the rest area, and Yu was lounging about lazily. What the hell are you all worked up about? I'm not worked up about anything. It's just that you were so slow, and was wondering, what's taking Kuranari so long, that's all. And so, how'd it turn out, Chef? You really don't know when to shut up, do you? Look, it's right here, so stop worrying. When I showed Yu the package, she shrugged. Tsugumi and Coco had already finished theirs and were following behind me. I headed over to the circle in the center of the room. Here, it's the Tanaka special, take it. I got up on a round days? I got up on the round days? And threw the package directly at you.
What are you doing?
Splat. The package flew over Yu's knees and landed softly in the center of the stage. Hey, come on, wake up, will you? I pretended to show surprise. Be careful, there's some gourmet goods, you know?
Well, you're the one who threw it all of a sudden.
Yu's cheeks puffed up. This guy knows it. This guy gets it. This is one of my favorite all-time visual novels. I've had a lot of people come in who kind of say a similar thing. Yeah, it's definitely, I'm enjoying it a lot. I started with Never 7 and then continued on to this game, and I've been enjoying this comparatively way more to Never 7. But there's a lot of interesting ideas and themes in here that just like they're really cool to sort of dig into, you know? Korea has actually played all of I, the Samuel Files in the 999 series, so it's cool to see her go through the older games with that knowledge. Yeah. And Never 7, right? I assume she'll play Remember 11 afterwards too. I know I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I'm gonna play it eventually. I'm gonna play it. Oh man, I talked about this before. I saw a screenshot of Remember 11, just one screenshot, and I talked about how like the vibes of it seemed a lot darker and like a little bit grittier. I could be wrong about this, but at least that screenshot made it appear so. I was like, what's happening over there? What's happening on that side of the pond? I have no clue, but I'm looking forward to it when we get around to it. For right now though, this is interesting too. She picked up the package and dusted it off. Sorry, I was just joking. I lifted both hands in mock apology. I was worried it would fall into the water there for a second.
Oh, stop it. You don't have to pick on me, you know.
Grumbling to herself, she undid the string around the wrapping. You looked at the contents and puffed up again.
Hey, this sandwich is burnt!
Not that badly. You should still be able to eat it.
I suppose.
Give me a break. We carried on needling each other like that for a while. When suddenly someone came up and stood in front of me and you. No, maybe he'd been there for a long time. Bro, what's your problem? Why are you just looking? The kid was staring at both of us with a leaden gaze.
Hey, what's wrong, kid? You don't want it?
The kid held... Oh. Oh, you don't want it. Like, oh, do you want this? That sort of thing. The kid held an unopened fried tuna sandwich in his hand. Oh, no. He's offering his. Okay. You gotta eat to stay healthy, kid. It's probably cold by now. You want me to heat it up again for you? I put out my hand, but he pulled the sandwich close to himself and tried to get away. He looked at me with a hard expression. And... What? The kid crushed the sandwich in his hand, using all his strength. The wrapping paper burst and the sauce flew out every which way. I don't... It got all over his clothes as well, but he didn't seem to notice. He didn't stop there. He took the mangled package and threw it with all his might against the water on the ground. What? What the hell are you doing? Here it is, the dramatic event. With that out the way, let's go ahead and save everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to see. I can't stop here, but I want to see what this is about first. How do you burn a sandwich? Very carefully, apparently. I guess he didn't like tuna fish. He really didn't then. What the hell? What's wrong with him? Is he having like a flashback of like... Because when we were playing as kid, we would also have like memories, and he was like, no. Like he would go kind of crazy. He'd go kind of crazy, for lack of a better term. Like a dog a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like that. He had a memory of like, hey, I'm supposed to have a sister. I'm supposed to, I don't know. Something's wrong. I'm not supposed to be here. You know? The shoulders trembling, the kid kept his face down. He was finally able to drag out some words. Sick. I'm sick of it. This is all I can take. Interesting. Okay, so never mind. I retract all of my statements. I just remember... Again, we're showing a lot more emotion here overall about the situation, which is nice. Nice. This is exactly what I wanted. Interesting. This is supposed to be the first route, technically, right? So, I mean, if this were the first route, I'd be met with this, and this would have been, you know, what I was expecting, rather than being on the 5th route and having everyone be like, oh, I'm so sick of this, like, we're all gonna die, and it's like, okay, buddy, calm down. Calm down. That's all I can take. The kid kicked the thin layer of water at his feet. Everyone looked at him at once. Wait, are the tuna sandwiches like fish fillet sandwiches? I assumed they were tuna salad sandwiches. I thought it was tuna salad. I thought it was fish fillet sandwiches, actually. Didn't freaking we were talking about it earlier, the very, very beginning, when we first met Sara and you at the elevators. They were talking about tuna salad and how that goes better with mayo. I think it's possible that they actually mean tuna salad sandwich, I think. I think overall. But I don't know. In my brain I've been picturing like fish fillet sandwiches actually. I can't stand it anymore. I don't want any more fried tuna sandwiches. I'm sick of them. To think this wouldn't be happening if you had just given the hot dog to him, Takeshi. This wouldn't be happening. I want to eat something else. He screamed. Everyone's breath caught in their throats. But no one had anything to say in reply. I'm sick. I'm tired. So what if we're still alive? There isn't any proof that anyone is going to save us. What we're doing here. Everything that we've been doing here. There's no point. There isn't any point to us being here. The kid raised a shaking fist. But not finding any direction to launch it in, he lowered it again. Well, that's awkward. Well, that's awkward. Everyone tried to keep their eyes from meeting. It seemed like they were afraid of what they might see. I had brought this up. This was back when I had like 8 different theories beforehand. 8 different theories beforehand, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But I remember one of my theories at one point was the idea that in the Tsugumi route, we're actually going to die. Like, we are actually not going to get out of here in the way that we did with the Sada route. We are just going to die. And if that's the case, I will say that'd be pretty interesting. That'd be a pretty interesting change. Also, thank you so much for the follow, Octotech. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome on into the growing group of star stuff within the galaxy, which are now trying to losing their minds over tuna salad sandwiches. And also, maybe just one more scene, maybe just 2 more scenes, maybe just 3 more scenes. You know, we'll workshop it. We'll see. They tried desperately to avert their gazes. Nobody moved. People pressed their lips firmly together and dared not to speak. Stupid fool. What the hell are you talking about? Finally, I looked up, shouting. It's all about how you season the tuna salad. Also add in some hot sauce and jalapenos. At that point, yeah, maybe it would be a little bit nicer. You can also have hot tuna salad. Oh yeah, like that, because they were warming it up, exactly like you said. It's like, if they're warming it up, I would have thought it's not a salad. But you can't have a hot tuna sandwich. You can't have a warm tuna salad sandwich. You can do that. Do you ever see cans of tuna kept in oil instead of water? I haven't, but if they do that, I want that too. In fact, the best way to have hot tuna salad sandwich is to make it a sandwich. But today I learned. I don't think I've ever had a tuna salad sandwich, to be honest. To be honest, I would usually just have tuna salad and kind of just have it cold. I was a little confused. Honestly, I didn't want to say anything. I was a little confused. I was like, why are you warming up the tuna? Tuna to me is like a cold food generally. But I guess you could have it warm. I guess you could do that if you really want to. Don't ask the impossible. Do you have any idea what you're asking? The only food we have to eat are the sandwiches and what's in the snack shop upstairs. You know that. And you tell me you're sick of it? You still have to eat. It's the only way to survive. So you better be thankful for it. Oh, he's angry. We're all putting up with it as best we can. You're one of the gang, right? You should be a little more cooperative. They're all being patient. They're helping out. Even if they don't like it, they eat. They're surviving. If we don't, then we're finished. Wake up. We're gonna get through this together. As long as we're alive, there's still hope. Boom! Not a good time for that to happen. Not a good time, I will say, for that to happen. Pretty awkward timing, honestly, for that to happen. Love this point game, lol. Love the, sorry for not going to spoil anything, don't worry. Oh, no worries. No worries, no worries. Another fan of the game is like coming on in. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. Suddenly, a low metallic sound reverberated throughout the complex. It was a dull, muffled sound. The floor shook slightly. Everyone staggered slightly and struggled to regain their balance, but no one tried to do anything else. I know that, Takeshi, I know. But still... Even though I know that, what can I do? Just then, the kid knocked the sandwich out of Yu's hand. She hadn't even taken a bite out of the Tanaka special. It fell into the water with a splash and sank slowly. Bastard! What do you think you're doing? Alright. No. No! Just one more scene. One more scene. What do you think you're doing? So in every timeline, is Kid just gonna kind of like lose his shit over something or other? If it's not Sada, it's gonna be like, hey, I'm just sick and tired of being in here and eating the same food over and over and over again. Bastard, what do you think you're doing? I went over, grabbed onto the kid and raised my hand. Hit the kid. Don't hit the kid. Don't hit him. All right. On that note, genuinely, finally, I think now is a good spot to end the stream. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Return to title screen. Yes, please. Child abuse, yes or no? It's just like the blatantness of it is like, okay, well, that's future me's problem. The guide better not tell me like the correct answer is to hit kid. I don't know. It might honestly, but that's future me's problem. I don't care. That naming scheme is quite unfortunate right now. It said Takashi Crisis, I think. Takashi Crisis or something like that. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Spare the raw to spoil the root. I don't know. I think we're probably good right now for right now. But yes, that was Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. We made good progress today, honestly. I thought that we would finish the game today, but I think we're not finish the game, the entirety of the game. I thought that we finished the Tsugumi route, but I think we're gonna finish next time. If I have to go a little bit over, I can do that as well. But yeah, I think we're set for next time to sort of finish this route. Overall, it's an interesting route because it's the Tsugumi route, like it is hers, like we are learning about her, like by the way, my regenerative abilities and whatever else. But it is very like we're having this scene with Kid and it's like everyone's freaking out, you know. It feels more like a group effort, kind of in the way that Takashi is like, hey, did you know that Nakama means friend? did you know that? That sort of thing. I feel like we're kind of expanding upon that idea, which is nice. We get to see everybody essentially, not just Tsugumi, which is nice. So but yes, I will be back with some more of this game next week. Let me go ahead and look for somebody to raid. I am also, after this stream, I am going to post the next part of the model reveal. Again, just I guess one last time, if you don't know, I'm doing my live 2D model reveal on Twitter and Blue Sky. So we already hit the goal for the next one, so I have to go post that after this. So that'll be up, and then I think after that we have three more goals essentially. So we're making good progress, surprisingly good progress. Honestly, I was worried nobody would show up, but it seems to be going all right so far. So Camille's online. Camille's online with co-working and studying, which is nice because I have to set things up anyway for the debut, so I'm probably going to be just lurking in the background. Let's go ahead and give a raid. Raid Camille to Baki. And enter. All right. We got an indirect title drop, so we did reach the climax already. True, she did say it. She did say, I'm the Ever 17. Did you know that? And we all cheered. We all cheered. It's like, yeah! Let me go over to ending screen. Alrighty. Google AI did not know the specifics of the sandwiches. I would imagine so. I don't know, you get like really faulty results with that, so yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead, put this over here, get this up, move this over here, and all right. Well, if you are here, the raid happens on Twitch, by the way, just Twitch, because Camille's just on Twitch. But if you are here, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I am gonna be back on Saturday, I think, with some more 100-line Last Defense Academy. I talked about this before. 100-line is a fascinating game. A fascinating game, man. I don't know what's happening anymore. But yeah, I'll be back with some more of that on Saturday. As always, feel free to keep up on socials and different things like that. And I will see you all with more of this game next week. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.